Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Deku was the son of All Might but never a hero part 1. If you guys enjoy this what if and want to see part 2, comment down below and let me know before I start. Please do support for more awesome content and leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also share this video with your friends and check out the description in my playlist. The author of the story grathaut from Wattpad. So let's start the video. Our story is starting in hospital, where Izuku Yagi just gave birth to twins. A girl Izumi and a boy Izuku. From the moment of their birth, Izuku and her husband Toshinori adored both of their newborn kids. As time went on, Izuku and Izumi found themselves friends named Katsuki, his sister Katsumi Bakugo, and boy named Shoto Todoroki. Todoroki was pretty much emotionless, quiet guy, while Katsuki was energetic boy with incredible confidence and was always talking about how great he is. His sister on the other hand was more quiet type, not weird quiet like Todoroki, more cute quiet like Izuku. Even though they were all friends, Izuku still felt most comfortable with Katsumi because of their similar personalities and ideals, which didn't go unnoticed by Katsumi's brother. Now we will skip to point where our twins are 4 years old to Yagi household in the morning. Izuku Izumi, Mom, Dad, wake up, wake up. Twins yelled at their parents, waking them up. Izuku, kids, why are you yelling so much? It's still morning. Izuku, but Mom, you said that we will go visit doctor for our quirks today, remember? Said Izuku with sparks in his eyes. Toshinori, alright kids, go get dressed so we can hit the road. Izuku Izumi, okay Dad. Said twins and rushed in light speed to their rooms. Another time skip to doctor's office when he is going to announce test results of our twins. Doctor, Mr. and Ms. Yagi, I have good news and bad news. Which one would you want to hear first? Toshinori, we would like to hear the good news first please. Doctor, alright then, the good news are that your daughter has a quirk, which seems to be some sort of powerful body enhancement. Izuku, those are great news. You hear that, honey? You have your own amazing quirk. Toshinori, yes, with quirk like that, you can be great hero, just like you always wanted to be. Izuku hugged his sister and said, those are great news sis, you will be amazing hero. Izumi blushed a bit at her brother's words and tear of joy rolled down her cheek. Toshinori, Doctor, what are the bad news? Doctor, well, it seems that your son is quirkless. At the moment Izuku heard those words, he dropped his All Might toy from shock and that one word started repeating in his head, quirkless, quirkless, quirkless. His mother looked at Izuku with worried expression, while his father and sister were still trying to process what they just heard. After a while, they thanked doctor, walked out of his office and went home, while Izuku had still a blank expression. When they got home, Izuku ate his food and went to his room, and at the moment he closed his door, he broke down and started uncontrollably crying. He still couldn't believe that he didn't have any power at all, and the more he thought about it, the harder it became to stop his tears, until he eventually fallen asleep. Once he fallen asleep, he had a dream, or to be more precise a nightmare. Izuku, hello, is there somebody, anybody at all? Izuku yelled, and then out of nowhere, his family appeared in front of him. Izuku, ow. Guys, I am so glad you are here. Where are we? Please tell me. Izumi, you sure have a lot of questions for someone so worthless. Izuku, wait, what? Why would you said something like that to me, sis? Izumi punched Izuku in face and said, don't call me sis, a weak trash like you doesn't have any right to address me like that. Izuku was sitting on ground in shock. Izuku, Dad, what's going on here? Izuku, how dare you call us your parents? You sorry excuse of child. Toshinori, she is right, don't call us that, you are nothing but disgrace of our family. Then Izuku's friends appeared and started calling him names as well. With every insult their faces and voices became more and more disturbing and scarier, until Izuku woke up, covered in sweat. Izuku was breathing heavily from what he just witnessed and whispered to himself, it was just a nightmare, thank God. Little did he know that his nightmare will soon come to be reality. Another time skip. Izuku now 10 years old. Few days after Izuku was diagnosed quirkless, his sister with Katsuki and Shoto started bullying him with rest of his school. The only exception was his now only friend Katsumi Bakugo, who had same explosion quirk like her brother. But unlike her brother, she didn't care if Izuku was quirkless and they were still hanging out after school or when they had time. There was still one thing she hated about Izuku's state though, and that was whenever Izuku was getting beaten up, he never let her help him, because when she wanted to help, he just smiled at her, hinting to not interfere. Izuku never really explained why though, he always either stayed silent, walked away, or tried to change subject. We will go to what seemed like ordinary day at Izuku's school. The bell just rang to end class for the day. As Izuku was packing his things, and wanted to put his hero analysis notebook into his bag, Katsuki stole the notebook from his hand. Katsuki, Deku, don't tell me you still want to be a hero, do you? Izuku, well yeah, it was always my dream and why you know. When Izuku finished his sentence, Katsuki almost immediately burned notebook with his quirk and tossed it from window. Then he started walking towards the door, but once he was about to walk away, he turned around to look at Izuku and said, "You know Deku, there might be a way for you to get a quirk." Izuku's eyes gained a little spark of hope until Katsuki spoke again. "It's simple, just jump from the roof and pray to get a quirk in your next life." Katsuki smirked as he left Izuku alone in an empty classroom. Katsumi's POV. I was walking around school trying to find Izuku, when out of nowhere a burned notebook fallen on my head. I looked closely and realized it belonged to Izuku, but from the burns was clear that he had encounter with my brother. I only wish he would let me help him. It was some time ago that I realized that I became attached to Izuku and I am not that dense to not realize what I feel, but before I will tell him my real feelings, I will first help him get away from his own demons. Nobody's POV as Katsumi was walking to Izuku's classroom, where she believed he was, she saw her brother walk towards her. Luckily for her, her brother already let his anger let loose at Izuku, which she didn't know. Katsumi entered classroom only to see Izuku standing still with blank broken expression like doll. Katsumi slowly approached Izuku and put her left hand on his cheek, forcing him to look into her eyes. Izuku's eyes started to look alive again. Katsumi. Izuku, are you okay? Please answer me honestly. Izuku was staring at her hesitantly, but after a moment he spoke. Yeah, just your brother's bullshit again, that's all, you don't have to worry. Katsumi was pretty sure that Izuku was lying, but she also knew what impact her brother's words had on Izuku, so she decided to let it be for now. Katsumi, okay, if you say so, just please know that if you will need anything at all, you can always tell me. Izuku, thank you Kat. And so they got out of school chatting for a bit, until they had to part ways to their homes. As Izuku was walking home, he had to go trough a small tunnel, when out of nowhere he got ambushed by Sludge Villain. Villain, perfect meat shield, thanks kid, this means a lot to me, just stop struggling and let me take over. Villain was saying while suffocating Izuku. Izuku thought to himself, is this it, is this how I die? No, this can't be, or can. Maybe Kaken was right and I'm really better off dead. Izuku started to give up, but suddenly he started getting flashbacks of Katsumi. Izuku thought, no, I can't give up yet, I still have to tell her. Smosh. When Izuku heard that word, he started gasping for air, and saw villains squashed everywhere around. Then he looked up and his eyes widened when he saw his idol number one hero AllMight. AllMight, have no fear young man because I am here. Izuku, OMG AllMight, I'm your biggest fan, thank you for saving me. AllMight, no thanks needed young man, but could you help me restrain this villain? Izuku, of course AllMight. And so they put villain into bottles AllMight had with himself. AllMight, well, thank you boy, you just saved me a lot of time. Izuku, it was no problem sir. Come on, he is in front of you, just ask him already AllMight. I have to get going and bring this evildoer to justice. Goodbye young man. Izuku, wait, please, I have a question. AllMight turned back and said, what is it? Izuku, well you see, my question is. Izuku took a deep breath and said, can I be a hero, even without a quirk? AllMight hesitated for the moment with answer. He wasn't sure if he was going to tell what his son needed to hear, but he shook it off since Izuku would find out anyway, so in his eyes, he was sparing his son of finding harsh truth the hard way. AllMight, I am sorry, but you can't. The truth at the matter is that some villains can't be beaten without a quirk, so you can't be a hero without a quirk. I am sorry, son, but this is for your own good. I hope that one day you'll understand. When Izuku heard those words, his whole world shattered into pieces, and felt tears trying to get from his eyes, but he was able to hold them inside. As he replaced sadness with something else, he started to feel something he didn't felt in long time. It was anger. Izuku was angry. No, he was furious that not even his idol, who was supposed to tell everybody to follow their dreams, didn't believe in him. AllMight then jumped away and turned villain to authorities. Izuku then went home, made himself diner, because no part of his so-called family cares about him, and taken from kitchen few plastic trash bags. Then once he got to his room, he started tearing off all hero-related stuff and throwing it into the trash bags. All his posters, books, action figures and everything else. And he did it all with face of pure rage. After he'd taken the trash out, he thought to himself that it would be better to calm down a bit, when suddenly his phone rang. Izuku looked who was calling him and saw it was Katsumi. Izuku, hey Kat, is something wrong? You never call this late. Katsumi, well, I was just wondering if you want to hang out tomorrow, since it will be Saturday. Izuku, ow, yeah, I would love to. What about at 12:30 at Central Plaza? Katsumi, that sounds perfect to me. See you tomorrow then, Aizu. Izuku, okay, see ya, Kat. Izuku hung up and thought, I better get my anger out of my system before I'll go meet with Kat. It will be best if I will just go to sleep and let my nightmares do the trick. Izuku then lied into his bed and fallen asleep, curious how will tomorrow end up for him. It was another morning at Yagi household, where Izuku just started to get up. Izuku, well, looks like that sleep really did the trick. Izuku went downstairs, where his parents were eating breakfast. Izuku just went to kitchen in silence unnoticed by his parents. Once Izuku ate his breakfast, he remembered his call yesterday with Katsumi and went to prepare himself for their hangout. Izuku spent his time by thinking of what they could do, and before he knew it, it was already 11:45, so he decided he should go already if he doesn't want to keep Katsumi waiting. Time skip when he arrived at Central Plaza. Izuku? Perfect, I am here 6 minutes early, that's good. Guess who it is? Somebody covered Izuku's eyes from behind. However, Izuku knew that voice very well. Izuku, Katsumi. Katsumi, ow, what gave me away? Izuku, well, mostly because you are probably only person who would do something childish like this. Katsuki said while pouting, you mean it? Izuku laughed but couldn't help to blush a bit from seeing how adorable Katsumi was. Izuku, anyways, have you planned something for us or will we use my plan? Katsumi, well, I think we should go with what you planned, whatever it is. Izuku smiled and said, okay then, for starters, we could go around the shops and don't worry, today is my treat. Katsumi, are you sure? I don't want to cause you trouble with money. Izuku, nonsense, I fit is for you, then there won't be problem. Katsumi started blushing from Izuku's words and said, okay then what about we start there? Katsumi pointed at some random shop. Izuku, okay, let's go another time. Skip. Izuku and Katsumi were almost done with their shopping spree, but something caught Izuku's eye. It was a peeling necklace with red crystal in shape of heart and had diamonds around it. It was a peeling necklace with red crystal in shape of heart and had diamonds around it. Izuku, hey Kat, I need to use bathroom, sorry. Izuku then run unnoticed by Katsumi into the store, bought the necklace and went back to her. Izuku, well, I think that is all we can get from these shops. Katsumi, yeah, I agree, so where are we going now, Aizu? Izuku, cinema. Katsumi, cool, let's go then. Time skip. After the movie it is 1700 hours. Izuku, I have to say, that was interesting movie, what do you think, Kat? Katsumi, yeah, I had a blast. Anyways, what's next, mister? Izuku, I heard they opened some sort of mini amusement park somewhere in that direction, wanna check it out. Katsumi, you bet I want. Katsumi then took Izuku's hand and started running where Izuku pointed, while Izuku chuckled how energetic Katsumi was today. Once they arrived, they started going around and enjoyed their time at attractions like roller coaster or haunted house until sunset started, but Izuku still had one attraction he has to take Katsumi to, Ferris wheel. Izuku and Katsumi hopped inside and once they were high enough, Izuku spoke. Katsumi. Katsumi, yes Izuku. Izuku, I wanted to give you this. Izuku took necklace be bought before from his pocket and gave it to Katsumi, who started to cry. Izuku, hey, I wanted to make you happy, why are you crying? Katsumi, I'm sorry, I'm just so happy, it is so appealing. Izuku, so you like it? Katsumi, I absolutely love it, but why did you give it to me? Izuku, take it as thank you gift for always being there for me. Once Izuku finished his sentence, Katsumi hugged him tightly and whispered, you don't have to go this far for me, you know, I just don't want to lose my best friend. They both smiled at each other and broke the hug. Once they were back on the ground, they decided it would be best to go home. On the way, Katsumi decided to make a little race with Izuku, which he agreed to, but neither of them could know how bad idea it was. Because Katsumi was better at sports, she was able to run ahead of him and make about 15 meters long gap between them, but in the darkness of the night she hasn't noticed she was crossing the road, and in the middle of road she decided to turn around on Izuku, but then out of nowhere she got hit by a car. When Izuku saw it, he ran to her and started checking her, but she wasn't answering. Izuku took his phone and called an ambulance. When ambulance arrived, they took Katsumi and Izuku along to hospital. Once they got there, doctors told Izuku to wait outside. Izuku didn't like it, but it couldn't be helped, so he called Katsumi's mother about what happened. After a few minutes, Mitsuki and Katsuki arrived to see Izuku sitting absolutely terrified with his face in hands. Mitsuki, Izuku. Izuku looked to see extremely worried Mitsuki and Katsuki with angry face. Mitsuki, Izuku, how long is she there? Will she be alright? Please tell me you know. Izuku, I am so sorry, none of doctors came out yet. Mitsuki sat down with tears in her eyes. After a few minutes, doctor came out of room. Izuku noticed it and instantly standed up from his chair. Izuku, doctor, please tell me how is she will survive, right? Doctor, calm down son, I will explain. Izuku calmed down a bit and nodded. Doctor, the good news are that she hasn't received any fatal injuries, so her life isn't in danger. Izuku and Mitsuki sighed in relief. Doctor, but I have a bad news as well. Izuku's eyes widened, since he knew from own experience that bad news are always those with biggest impact. Doctor, even though she is now stable, I'm afraid that she is in coma. When Izuku heard that, he felt again that sadness, like when All Might crushed his dream, but this time it was 1,000 times worse. Izuku was barely holding to his last piece of sanity and asked, can we see her please? Plus doctor nodded and opened doors to Katsumi's room. As doctor opened doors into Katsumi's room, Izuku got chill down his spine, but he still went inside. What he saw afterwards absolutely broke his heart. He was looking at Katsumi connected to a lot of machines and tubes. Then Katsumi's family came in and Mitsuki fallen on her knees when she saw state which her daughter was in. Katsuki then grabbed Izuku by the collar and said, this is all your fault. If she didn't know you, she would be fine and not hear Deku. When he heard those words, Izuku could think only about one thing. He is right, this is my fault, everything is my fault, I really just bring suffering to everybody I care about, that is what I really just am. Izuku then said, you're right Kaken, this is my fault, I'll just go and take your advice. Katsuki then let go of Izuku from shock, because he knew exactly what he was implying on. Once Izuku was free, he rushed from the room with tears in eyes. When he was outside the hospital, he saw All Might carrying Izuku's mother and sister into the dark alley. Izuku didn't want to know anything, but his body wasn't listening to him, and went to the dark alley as well. Izuku was at total shock from what he saw. He was looking at his whole family, but All Might was nowhere to be found. Izuku was confused for a moment, but he was smart and put 2 and 2 together. Still, that wasn't enough to calm his shock. It even made it worse, because his father was lying to him his whole life and just a day ago destroyed his dream. That was the last drop for Izuku. Izuku, Dad. Izuku's family looked at him in shock. Toshinori, son, wait, I can explain. Izuku, explain, yeah right, explain to me why you were lying to me my entire life and destroyed my dreams. How can you explain something like that? Toshinori just stayed silent because he knew Izuku was right. Izuku was looking at him with extremely angry expression, but when he saw that this conversation isn't getting anywhere, he just turned around and started running as fast as he could. Toshinori, Izuku, please wait. But it was in vain. Izuku was long gone, and so Izuku went to his school to take his life like Bakugo advised him. Izuku ran up the stairs to the roof and walked to the edge. Izuku, so this is it, huh? I hope you are glad, world, you officially made me give up. Izuku then walked to the edge and looked down. I think you are about to make one hell of a mistake, kid. Izuku turned around to look at older man in black suit with white hair and clap over his eye. Izuku turned around to look at older man in black suit with white hair and clap over his eye. Izuku, my whole life is a mistake, I think one more won't make a difference. Really, why do you think that? Izuku, this world just wants me dead, I was bullied my whole life because I am quirkless, my family doesn't give a damn about me and only person I ever loved is now in coma because of me, are those reasons enough? That sounds tough, what is your name, kid? Izuku, Izuku Yagi, sir. Hello Izuku, my name is Nolan, tell me, how did it felt when this world was walking over you? Izuku was a bit confused but answered, I felt angry and sad, but above it all I felt so weak. Nolan, then what would you tell me if I said there is a way you could become strong? Izuku, how? I tried everything but it never helped. Nolan, say kid, have you ever heard of Sentinel Organization? Izuku was shocked and a bit scared. Nolan, from that reaction I can tell you heard that name before, but from the wrong people. Izuku, what do you mean, wrong people? Nolan, tell me what do you know about them? Izuku, I heard they are mercenaries who kill whoever gets in their way. Nolan, I see, what if I told you that description is absolutely wrong? Izuku looked at him in disbelief, but after everything he went through, it couldn't surprise him if Nolan was telling the truth. Izuku, okay, so who are Sentinels really? Nolan, Sentinels are government organization to deal with threats heroes can't deal with. Terrorist attacks, wars etc. We aren't mercenaries, we are soldiers. Izuku looked at Nolan and said, okay, so how could I become strong? Nolan looked at Izuku with a gentle smile and said, I can see in your eyes that you are a warrior kid, how would you like to become a sentinel, and show this world that you will never be weak again? Nolan offered his hand to Izuku. He was hesitating for a second, but he made up his mind and shook Nolan's hand. Nolan, welcome between sentinels, Izuku Yagi, this is your first step to greatness. Izuku and Nolan then left the school grounds and went to Nolan's car. Izuku, Nolan, I have some places to go, could you take me there please? Izuku, Nolan, I have some places to go, could you take me there please? Nolan, you don't have to ask, I originally wanted to take you to base right now, but it's no problem if you have to settle something first. Izuku, thank you Nolan. Izuku first wanted to his home, but he didn't want to risk encounter with his family, so he sneaked through his window. Once he was in his room, he wrote a note to his family and a letter for his next stop. Nolan then took Izuku to hospital. He went to Katsumi's room, where he saw Doctor. He walked up to him and asked, hello doctor. Doctor, yes young man. Izuku, could you please give this letter to Katsumi if she wakes up please, it's important. Doctor, okay, but wouldn't it be better to give this to her family than me? Izuku, we aren't on best terms now, can you promise to keep this secret, just between us until she wakes up? Doctor, alright then, you have my word. Izuku, thank you doctor. Izuku then left the hospital and got into Nolan's car. Plus Nolan, so, are you ready for your new life? Izuku, more than ever before Nolan. Nolan stepped on the gas and disappeared in the night with Izuku. Nolan just took Izuku to a helipad on top of one building in city. Izuku, Nolan, what are we doing here? Nolan, you honestly weren't expecting that we would go into Sentinel Base by Bentley were you? Izuku nervously chuckled. Nolan, okay, but seriously now kid, since you will be now soldier, you will officially address me by my rank, understood? Izuku, understood, but what is your rank sir? Nolan, I am General. Izuku's eyes widened from the fact that he got recruited to be soldier by General himself. After a few minutes a helicopter landed to take Nolan and Izuku to base. Time skip. When they arrived to base Nolan, well kid, welcome to your new home. Izuku, I have a feeling I'll like it here. Nolan then took Izuku on tour on base to give him basic idea. Then they finally arrived to accommodations, and when they opened the door, Izuku saw inside two boys around his age. Nolan, boys, this is Izuku Yagi, he is going to be your new roommate. Hey man, my name is 𝗧𝗵𝗲, 10 years old. What's up, the name is 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗏. What's up, the name is 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗏. 11 years old. Izuku, hello, it's pleasure to meet you guys. Izuku, hello, it's pleasure to meet you guys. I'm 10 years old as well. Josh, so Izuku, how do you like it in here? Izuku, it's really amazing, I don't know what else to say. Luke, I already like this guy. Josh, yeah, me too, come on, we will help you unpack. Izuku, well, the thing is, I don't have anything to unpack. All of them then started laughing together. Nolan, well, looks like you three will get along, I'll let you get to know each other for now, but tomorrow be prepared at training ground Alpha, understood? Guys? Yes sir. Nolan then left and our trio started talking. Izuku, so, how long are you guys here? Josh, I came here around a month ago. Luke, honestly, I don't remember, I am Nolan's son so I just somehow got here, you could say family tradition. Izuku, I see, so Josh, why are you here? Josh, well my family died 2 years ago during villain attack, from that point I became orphan, but then they kicked me out of there because I had behavior problems. Then I got recruited and here I am. Izuku, I'm sorry, I shouldn't ask that. Josh, it's fine man, it's not like you knew or something. Izuku smiled, by the way, what are your quirks? Josh, Luke, we don't have one. Izuku, wait really, I don't have one either. Luke, well, it's not that weird, a lot of Sentinel soldiers are quirkless. Izuku, really, well that's good to know. Josh, okay, now is my turn on questions. So Izuku, how did you get here? Izuku looked on the ground with sad face. Josh, let me guess, something bad. Izuku nodded and then started explaining how he was diagnosed quirkless, how his sister started to bully him and his parents were totally oblivious to that. Then he told them how his family was lying to him his whole life and his father crushed his dream. But then tear rolled down his cheek when he started explaining what happened to Katsumi and how Nolan stopped him from suicide. Josh and Luke were totally speechless. It was hard to believe that smiley guy before them had to go through something like that. They nodded to each other and hugged their new friend. Josh, I am so sorry to hear that my friend. Luke, yeah bro. Izuku was a bit surprised, but he was glad. He finally had a place where he felt welcomed, where he felt safe and could be who he is. Izuku, it's okay guys, it is all in the past. Luke, good to hear. Josh, so, that girl Katsumi, was she pretty? Izuku got stunned by the question but answered anyway. Izuku, well yeah, she was really pretty. And what about you guys, have you found some girl? Josh, nope, I didn't. Luke, well, I do have a girlfriend. Josh, wait, you never told me about that. Luke, you never asked. Josh, okay, fair enough, but you better have a picture of her. Luke, as a matter of fact I do. Izuku, nice catch man, what's her name? 14 Izuku, nice catch man, what's her name? Luke, her name is Tara, but I think you owe us also picture Izuku. Izuku, okay, no need to push so hard. Josh, looks like you have also good eye on woman bro. Josh, looks like you have also good eye on woman bro. Izuku, thanks. And so our trio continued talking and getting to know each other until it was time to sleep. The next morning our trio got up early in the morning and made their way to training ground Alpha. Izuku, hey guys, is Sentinel training hard? Josh, I don't know, this is my first training here. Luke, mine too, Dad told me something about they wanted to train us as team with at least 3 members, so since you are here Izuku, we can officially start our training. Izuku, interesting, well no point in overthinking, let's just get to training. Luke, Josh, agreed. Once they got to the training ground, they saw a man with black hair in tactical gear waiting for them. Once they got to the training ground, they saw a man with black hair in tactical gear waiting for them. Hello there, you must be the newcomers Nolan told me about. I am Major Nagumo and you boys are? Luke 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗏 sir. Josh 𝗧𝗵𝗲 sir. Izuku Yagi sir. Nagumo, good, you know how to talk with superiors, that makes things easier. Nagumo then told boys their training plan. Boys were sweating just from reading and all of them thought the same thing. How could we get the devil as trainer? Hours of running full-speed push-ups, sit-ups, 𝗕𝗓𝗁𝗄𝗧 everyday secret special exercise hour rest repeat till nighttime with that. Out boys had to start their training. Needless to say that Izuku was weakest from them and he was aware of that, but he wasn't angry or sad about it, because Nolan gave him chance to become stronger than he could ever hope to be, and so Izuku decided, no matter the occasion and no matter the obstacle, I won't let anything stand in my way. Time skip it has been a year since Izuku became part of Sentinel organization and started his training. Izuku has been pushing himself over his limits all the time thanks to the training from Major 𝗕𝗓𝗁𝗄. At start Izuku was weaker than others, but with Major's help he managed to become totally equal with others. Speaking of other people, Izuku, Luke and Josh became extremely close, always covered for each other and looked at each other like real brothers, like family. We are going to our 3 boys waking up for another day of training. Josh: man, my butt hurts, what have you done to me while I was asleep? Izuku: don't be so full of yourself dude, you just fallen from bed, if nothing else, you should be apologizing for ruining my sleep. Luke: yeah man, I couldn't sleep for another hour after that. Josh chuckled: sorry about that, I hope Major will go easy on us today. Then somebody knocked on their door. Luke opened door to see Major 𝗕𝗓𝗁𝗄. Guys, Major 𝗕𝗓𝗁𝗄 sir. 𝗕𝗓𝗁𝗄, at ease boys. I came here to tell you that Nolan wants to see you. Guys were confused, Nolan never talked to them during that year of training. Izuku: do you know why he wants to see us sir? 𝗕𝗓𝗁𝗄: he didn't tell me. This made guys even more anxious, because Nolan and 𝗕𝗓𝗁𝗄 were actually a good friends, so keeping secret from him must have been really something. Time skipped to Nolan's office. Boys were standing before General's door, until Izuku found the courage to knock on the door. Nolan, come in. Boys went inside the office to face General. Boys: General Nolan sir. Nolan: at ease. Now why those scared faces boys? Luke: well sir, this is the first time you called for us. Nolan: I see, well I wanted to tell you about something. Luke: what is it sir? Nolan: I have selected you 3 to take part in our project Symbiosis. Izuku: I never heard of that sir. Josh: Luke: us neither sir. Nolan: few years ago, a meteorite fallen into a location, which I can't reveal for safety reasons. Our organization sent troops along with our scientists to explore the crash point. What they found, there were some kinds of metals along with 3 capsules. They took them into our research center to examine and all of us were shocked. Those capsules contained an intelligent life forms. Josh: okay, but what does this has to do with us? Nolan: those life forms are acting like symbiotes, meaning they need host for themselves. Luke: so let me guess, you want us to be those hosts, right? Nolan: exactly. Luke: I am sorry sir, but why should we do that? I mean, we should just accept to become part aliens just like that. What's in it for us? Nolan: calm down please. First of all, we already made few tests and they seem to have truly unnatural abilities, even for our society, so I can assure you, there could be a lot of things in it for you boys. Izuku: I have only one question. Nolan: what is it? Izuku: why to choose us? Nolan: like I said, we took tests on them and as far as we can tell, you 3 are most suited hosts. Izuku: alright, where do I have to take it? Luke: Josh: what? Izuku: what? Luke: you'll seriously just let some alien inside your body without even considering the risks or anything else? Izuku: I thought that was obvious. Nolan: so what do you say boys? Luke: well, I can't let my brother go into that alone, can I? Josh: same here. Nolan: okay then, follow me. Time skip into research facility. Nolan: okay boys, this is Professor 𝗳𝗏𝗏𝗏. Hello boys, I guess you are those 3 candidates that Nolan told me about, huh? Well, good luck 𝗳𝗏𝗏. Hello boys, I guess you are those 3 candidates that Nolan told me about, huh? Well, good luck. Boys: thank you sir. 𝗳𝗏𝗏: okay then gentlemen, follow me, we had already prepared everything for you. Izuku: okay then, how will this work? 𝗳𝗏𝗏: so, we have prepared 3 separate rooms for you, each of them has 1 symbiote inside. Once you enter, the symbiote will jump on you and gets inside of you, that's about it. Izuku: simple enough, so which we will take? 𝗳𝗏𝗏: right, Kusatsu takes number 1, Yagi number 2 and Virillion number 3, are we clear? Boys: Yes, sir. Izuku, don't get killed, alright guys. Josh, I should be saying that to you, bro. Luke? Yeah, you owe us a drink after this. Izuku, deal, now let's get this over with. Boys went to their rooms. Izuku entered an empty gray room and started looking around, when he suddenly realized he felt something squishy on his leg. Once he looked what it was, he saw some sort of black goo crawling on him. Izuku became a bit nervous, because he knew that if this will give him power, it won't be for free. Izuku then closed his eyes, preparing himself for something he didn't even know what. After few seconds, he started to feel lighter and opened his eyes. Izuku couldn't believe his eyes. He was at his old school. He was confused. Why would I be here? How am I here? Izuku kept asking himself, until he saw a bunch of kids bully somebody. Izuku, hey, let him be. Izuku spoke, but it seemed they ignored him, so he got closer to one of the bullies, but when he tried to touch him, his hand went trough him. Izuku, this doesn't make any sense. Izuku stopped when he saw the bullied kid. It was him, just few years younger. At that moment, all bullies turned at real Izuku and gave him the scariest death glare he ever saw. Izuku got scared, but when he looked at his younger self, he was staring at him, and after a while Izuku couldn't help but start laughing. Izuku, man, I sure was getting some beating those days. Oh God, how could I have been so pathetic? These guys were scary about a year ago, but not anymore. I refused to let fear hold me back. He then walked to his old self. Izuku, I understand, this is my past, the memory of my weak self that let others walk over him. Izuku then took from his belt a revolver he got for training. Izuku, if I want to be strong, I have to get rid of my weak side first. Izuku, if I want to be strong, I have to get rid of my weak side first. Izuku said as he aimed his gun at head of his past self and pulled the trigger. He was now standing and looking at his weak self bleed on the ground. So you refuse to be weak? Izuku then saw the same black goo from before, but this time, it looked like it was getting shape of person. Izuku, that is correct, don't you? I don't know how weakness feels. Izuku, I see, I'm jealous. You longing strength, but I can't get grasp on why you longing it. Izuku, I want to show this world and everyone who looked down on me how wrong they were about me, but I also want to protect others, the innocent and those who were on my side. I see you have a strong will, but tell me this. If I'll give you my power, will you just do as others say, or will you act on your own? Izuku, I am a soldier, I have to do as I am told, but I am also human, which means I have my own will, so if they will want something I don't want, then I won't do what they want. Haha, perfect. So for the last time, do you longing power? Izuku, yes. Very well, from this point, your memories are mine memories, your feelings are mine feelings, your thoughts are my thoughts. Now, take my hand and together, we will reach power beyond our wildest imaginations. Once Izuku took his hand, the black goo started wrapping everywhere around his body and he started to feel amazing strength running through his veins. Together we are Venom. Izuku woke up on the ground, still in the same gray room where they sent him for his symbiote. Izuku, okay, let's try. What can I do real fast? Izuku started doing weird poses, concentrating and so on, until he heard somebody laughing. Then he turned to his left side to see a black mass with white eyes and razor-sharp teeth. Izuku, what is so funny? Venom, sorry, I can't help it, you just looked so funny. Izuku, so, you are Venom, right? Venom, not entirely, since the two of us are now one, it is more accurate to say, we are Venom. Izuku, ow, yeah, you said something like that, but can you tell me how to use that power you just gave me? Venom, I'll show you later. For now, let's just go. I'm not entirely sure if your friends will have as much luck as you. Izuku, good point. Izuku knocked on the door. Izuku, hello, can you open? I am alive. The doors then opened and Izuku walked out to see Josh already made it Oswell. Izuku, Josh, so you made it, huh? Josh, yeah, and I think I got perfect fit for myself, right? Carnage. Suddenly red mass appeared at Josh's right side. Carnage, totally my man. Izuku, hey Venom, why won't you come out to say hi? Oswell. Venom then appeared too. Venom, so Carnage, you found yourself partner. This guy must be something. Carnage chuckled. Oh Venom, do I hear concern in your voice? Before Venom could say anything, Luke came out of his room. Luke, hey guys, so everybody alive? Izuku and Josh nodded. Luke, oh, are those your buddies? Josh, Izuku, they sure are. Luke, Riot, why won't you say hello? White mass then appeared from Luke's body. Riot, so you really did it, huh? Carnage, Venom, yeah Luke, so what now? Nolan, now you will continue your training off course. Izuku, why was I expecting anything else? Luke and Josh laughed. At time skip to training ground Alpha Nagumo. Okay ladies, since you just got your powers, we will focus on how you can use them. The only problem is that this is something you have to figure out on your own, so from this point, I'll just supervise you, but I won't influence your training unless necessary. Are we clear? Guys? Yes sir. And so, they started training on their own. After first month, Josh and Carnage got hold on their morph power and were able to shapeshift parts of their body, like making blades from arms and so on. But they also found out Carnage was vulnerable towards fire. The third month, Luke and Riot understood their power, which was strong healing factor and super strength. Their weakness wasn't fire but sound waves. It was third month of their training, and Izuku with Venom found out that they had power of both Carnage and Riot, only a bit weaker. But that wasn't really problem since they can make To's abilities stronger with practice. As for weaknesses, they didn't have one, but Izuku was still stuck at something. Izuku, this doesn't make sense. Venom, what do you mean? Izuku, it just feels weird. So far we were able just to use abilities of others, but there is nothing that only we have, you know. Venom, yeah, I know what you mean. Why won't we do a little target practice? That always helped us to think. Izuku, good idea, buddy. Izuku went to target practice and took out his revolver. As he was aiming at test dummy, he got an idea. Izuku, hey Venom, can you try absorb my revolver? Venom was a bit confused by Izuku's words, but he tried it anyways, and to their surprise, it worked. Izuku and Venom now felt the gun as part of their body and were able to use it like one. Izuku, this is amazing. Finally we have our own power. Venom. Venom, this is great. Imagine all we could do with this. Just wait until we get our hands on rocket launcher or something like that. Izuku chuckled as he thought about Venom's idea. He was right though. Izuku always had exceptional analytic abilities, and potential of this new power was truly something he wanted to explore more. And so they continued their training and told Major and others about their new ability. Time skipped 9 months after Izuku and Venom found their own powers. They doubled their training and were practicing their absorbing power even at night. Eventually they made that ability so strong that now they could not only absorb and use weapons, but they could also upgrade them. They also managed to make Carnage's and Riot's powers that they shared as strong as originals. This combined with intense training that Izuku was doing made him so strong that not even Josh and Luke together weren't able to take him on. Izuku wasn't only one who improved. Luke and Riot were now able to lift ridiculous weight, and their healing factor could now repair almost their whole body in matter of seconds, plus they could heal others as well. They also made themselves less vulnerable towards sound waves. It still hurted them, but now not enough to stop them. The same goes for Josh and Carnage, who were able to perfect their shape-shifting and were able to turn their body into a moving weapon with extreme precision and could now imitate clothing and so on. As Riot, Carnage was now less vulnerable against fire, and the pain wasn't enough now to distract them. Now we will go to our boys when they arrived at Training Ground Alpha in the morning. Josh, man, it's kinda hard to believe that it's been already a year since we got our buddies. Izuku, yeah, but I'm glad. Remember how you wanted to talk me out of it? Luke, yes, and it was the worst mistake of my life. Riot, agreed. After a while Major Nagumo arrived. Guys, Major Nagumo, sir. Nagumo, at ease guys, I have something to tell you. Boys got curious. What could Nagumo want to tell them? Nagumo, today is end of your training. Guys, what? Nagumo, don't worry guys, I mean it in good way, you are now real soldiers, congratulations. Boys had now mixed emotions. They were happy that their training finally paid off, but also sad it had to end. They always had blasts during their training. Nagumo, well boys, since you are now real soldiers, we will be giving you missions, but it was also decided that you boys will be set as single team of sentinels. But there is something you will need that will make your missions easier. Izuku, what is it? Nagumo, code names. Guys sign it was something so normal. 𝗔𝗂𝘁𝗵𝗲, well, what do you choose? Luke, codename Hex sir. Josh, codename Reaper sir. Izuku, codename Venom sir. 𝗔𝗂𝘁𝗵𝗲, excellent, now you are real soldiers, you all will have now rank of second lieutenant, Hex, Reaper, Venom, are you ready for action? Guys, yes sir. 𝗔𝗂𝘁𝗵𝗲, now go into research facility, Professor Reznov has prepared your gear. Time skip to research facility Reznov. Hello boys, look how you grown up from last time. Izuku, thank you sir, 𝗔𝗂𝘁𝗵𝗲 told us you have some special gear for us. Reznov, yes here it is, special combat suits we developed to fit with your symbiotes and their abilities, go and suit up boys. Guys suited up and let their symbiotes to match with suits. Izuku, man, we look sharp. Josh, now this is how should killing machine look like Josh. Now this is how should killing machine look like. Josh, now this is how should killing machine look like Luke, I couldn't agree more. Reznov, alright, now you have suits, but what is soldier without his weapon? Reznov, alright, now you have suits, but what is soldier without his weapon? Reznov, alright, now you have suits, but what is soldier without his weapon? Guys, sweet. Reznov, now you are perfect sentinels, go out there and make some noise. Guys, yes sir. Reznov, great, now go to Nolan, he told me he has mission for you. Time skip to Nolan's office, boys entered office to face General. Nolan, you look great boys, I suppose you came for your mission right? Guys, yes sir. Nolan, alright, I will tell you basics, you will receive more 𝗕𝗏𝗍𝗏s on the way. In the past 3 years all states in North Africa were taken over by militant organization called 𝗬𝗧𝗏's Hand, we were trying to stop them but it was in vain. Your mission is to take down 𝗬𝗧𝗏's Hand alongside with another teams. Do you understand your objective? Guys, yes sir. Nolan, good, we have already prepared helicopter to take you to meeting point. Guys then left Nolan's office and got into prepared helicopter to take them on their first mission. Izumi and her parents just left hospital after Katsumi's mother called them about Katsumi's accident. Izumi, poor Katsumi, why did this had to happen to her? 𝗵𝗃𝗁, I don't know sweetie, sometimes things happen. Izumi, I know, but I am also concerned about Izuku, have you seen that face he had when he saw Dad? Toshinori was deep in thoughts the entire time, Izuku's words were still repeating in his head, but he was honestly scared of that furious face Izuku had, that wasn't his son, but then he realized something, how do I even know if it was my son, I don't even remember when we had any normal talk together, so how can I even know how he really is? 𝗵𝗃𝗁 looked at her husband with worried expression. 𝗵𝗃𝗁, is something wrong dear? Toshinori, I feel like I failed Izuku as father, I always thought I am protecting him, but what he said made me realize that I did absolute opposite. 𝗵𝗃𝗁, I know what you mean, let's go home, maybe we can still somehow talk it out with him. Toshinori, I hope you are right, but it wouldn't surprise me if he never called me his father again. 𝗵𝗃𝗁, I know, but it will definitely happen if we will give up. Toshinori smiled. You are right dear, I'll apologize to him and try set things right once we will get home. Izumi looked at her parents and smiled. Izumi, maybe this could be also my chance to apologize, I could see in his eyes how hurt my bro was, that accident must really been the last drop for him. I hope he will forgive me for my foolishness. And so Yagi family got home and went to Izuku's room. Toshinori knocked on the door. Izuku, are you there? Can we come in? They waited for a bit but no response. Izumi then tried to open the door which to their surprise were unlocked. Izumi was in shock. It was only few days since she was there last time, but she still remembered how it looked like, but now, it was only normal room with basic furniture. That alone was enough to make Izumi worried, which her parents noticed. 𝗵𝗃𝗁, is something wrong sweetie? Izumi, this just doesn't look like Izuku's room at all, what happened here? This made her parents confused, but before they could say anything, Izumi walked to the desk with note on it. To my family, if you are reading this, you can consider me impressed that you actually show any concern about me. I decided to leave, I don't know what I have done to you that you all hate me so much and I honestly don't care anymore, so you can now open bottle of champagne for finally getting rid of me. I sincerely hope you will all burn in hell. With hate not yours. Izuku. Once Izumi read the note, She broke down on floor and started crying like never before. Inko and Toshinori were shocked by Izumi's reaction, but once they read the note themselves, they felt like their hearts just broke. They came too late, their son left without a trace and hated them. Toshinori hugged his wife who started crying and he started tear up as well. After a while Toshinori took out his phone to call his friend at police department to tell him what happened. Time skip 5 weeks later. Yagi family was getting more and more depressed with each day. Toshinori and Inko called everyone they could to help find their son, but it was in vain. We will now go into hospital, where is one blonde girl about to wake up from coma. Mitsuki was sitting on the chair in her daughter's room and was holding her hand, but suddenly she felt the hand move a bit. She looked at her daughter to see her slowly open her eyes. Katsumi, Mom, is that you? Mitsuki, yes, it's me honey, I am here she said and hugged her daughter. Katsumi, what happened, where am I? Mitsuki explained how she got hit by the car and Izuku with others were worried about her. Katsumi, I see Mom, where is Izuku? Mitsuki looked down, she didn't want to ruin such happy moment with news about Izuku's disappearing, but there was no way going around it. Mitsuki, Izuku, well he left. Katsumi was confused. Katsumi, what do you mean left? Mitsuki, the day you got here he left note in his home saying he is leaving his family. Katsumi was in shock from news that the only guy she loved left her without a trace and started crying. After a while, Doctor came in and told Mitsuki to leave for now to make some tests on Katsumi. Doctor noticed Katsumi's sad face and asked, did something happen girl? Katsumi, somebody I loved disappeared. Doctor, I see, can you tell me how he looked like? Katsumi, he had green eyes and hair, and was same age as me. This made Doctor remember about the letter a boy who fit the description gave him. Doctor, excuse me for a moment. Doctor left for about 5 minutes and came back with letter in hand. Doctor, here, take this, a boy who fitted your description wanted me to give this to you once you wake up. Katsumi was surprised by this, but she took the letter and opened it. The letter had inside a note and necklace Izuku gave her on their date. Dear Katsumi, if you are reading this, it means you must be awake, I am so glad. By the time you read this, I won't be around, but please, don't be sad, this wasn't the last time you saw me. I know that one day our paths will cross again and then I might be able to tell you how I really feel about you. I can't wait for that day to come, take the necklace as my promise of that. With love your Izuku. You don't have to worry about me, I won't jump from roof or anything, all you have to do is wait for me. Katsumi started to tear up once again, but then she looked at one sentence in the note. I know that one day our paths will cross again and then I might be able to tell you how I really feel about you. Katsumi held her necklace at her hearth and said, I know we will see each other again, you never broke your promise to me and I know this won't be any different, but until then, I will keep smiling like you always did. I'll be waiting for you Izuku. Josh, man that was one long ride. Luke, totally, I almost fallen asleep. Izuku, shouldn't be here somebody to tell us what to do. Luke, now that you mention it. Hello, are you the newcomers? Izuku, that is correct. Very well, follow me, they are waiting for you. Soldier took guys into a big tent where they saw a bunch of people talking. Colonel Barnes, sir, I brought our new allies. Barnes, thank you soldier, you can leave now. Soldier saluted and left the tent. Barnes, hello, I am Colonel Barnes and you are? Izuku, 2nd Lieutenant Venom, sir. Josh, 2nd Lieutenant Reaper, sir. Luke, 2nd Lieutenant Hex, sir. Barnes, okay, listen closely, I believe Nolan told you basics of this mission, but you can be just what we needed. Our mission is to destroy Soraya's hand. We 𝗕𝗏𝗍 their territory into 7 regions. Your task is to take control over them all with other teams. Is your objective clear? Guys? Yes, sir. Barnes? Alright, you are dismissed. Guys left the tent and went to rest. Josh, geez, that was long day, finally some rest. What do you say, buddy? Carnage, I couldn't agree more. Luke, you two are just lazy. Izuku Venom, totally Josh Carnage. Hey, now. Everyone laughed it and went to bed, so they would be rested for their first mission. Time skipped to morning. Izuku Venom, are you ready guys? Others? Hell yeah. Guys now went to Colonel's tent. Guys, Colonel Barnes sir. Barnes, at ease, I know you came here for instructions, so here's the plan. We will send you to Region 3, which is supposed to ensure financial gain of Soraya's hand. We are talking about a lot of legal and illegal things from growing food to selling cane. Taking down this region should help us in future. Now we have prepared helicopter to take you there. You will get all the info once you will get to work. Good luck. Guys, thank you, sir. Guys then left the tent and went to helipad where they looked for their ride. Luke. Now that's what I'm talking about, Izuku. Let's go, gentlemen. Guys boarded helicopter and took off into their first destination. Time skipped to their arrival. Izuku. Okay people, Barnes told us that about 1 kilometer to south is one of the production factories in this region. We will do recon first and then decide on our approach. Everyone agreed and after 20 minutes arrived to factory. Luke, it's not as big as I imagined. Josh, tell me about it. Izuku, it might not be big, but look at all those guards. Josh, good point. Izuku, okay, I will take front. Hex, you go from left. Reaper, you take right side. They both nodded and went to their location for recon. Time skip 30 minutes. Izuku, okay, from what we can tell, there are about 30 guards, plus workers. 12 guards are patrolling outside, 8 on first floor, 7 on second floor and 3 at rooftop. First we have to take down those on roof, silently. There is a ladder at left side of building. We will sneak there and kill them. Don't forget silencers, guys. Once they are down, Hex and Reaper will go back down and start killing other guards from bottom, while I will go into building from roof and start clearing from there. Kill only guards. Workers can be useful for intel. You have to make sure nobody escapes. Is the plan clear? Luke. Josh. Yes. Izuku. Venom. Okay, it's showtime. Guys sneaked to the ladder and climbed on top. Izuku used his rifle he mounted on shoulder with Venom's absorbing ability and took all 3 guards down. Izuku. Okay gentlemen, go down and cause some casualties. Josh. Luke. Yes. They both jumped down and got to work. Izuku then shot a web on the edge of roof and swinged trot window into second floor, where he was noticed by 2 guards. Izuku quickly shot them with his rifle, but he was still heard by other guards and started running towards his location. He swiftly jumped into dark corner and used his shape-shifting ability to match with wall. Once 3 guards entered room, Izuku turned one of his hands into blade and cut the last guard's throat. Other 2 guards noticed this and were ready to fire, but before they could pull the trigger, Izuku cut one guard's head off with his blade hand and shot second one with his rifle. Izuku, are these guys so weak or are we so strong, I wonder? Venom, I would say second option. Izuku chuckled a bit, but then he heard footsteps. Another 2 guards came to room and started shooting at him. Izuku swiftly formed shield from his right arm and started coming closer to guards. Once he was close enough, he blasted his shield to pieces to blind guards, which worked and pierced both of their hearts. With that, Izuku cleared second floor and moved to stairs, where was already standing 4 guards who opened fire at him instantly. Izuku quickly took cover and let Venom use his power on one of Izuku's grenades. Izuku then thrown it downstairs and blasted off all 4 guards. Izuku walked downstairs and noticed 1 guard crawling to his gun. Izuku made an axe from his arm and cut guard's head in 2 pieces. Izuku went to another room to see another 4 guards already lying on ground dead and Josh with Carnage standing in the middle of room. Izuku, where is Hex? Josh, he is watching over workers to make sure nobody runs off. Izuku, great, these guys should be the last ones. I will call Barnes to send somebody here. Josh, so, I take it our first mission was success, right? Izuku, yeah, it was, but it will only get harder from this point. Josh, I know, but together, no matter who they send, we will always survive. Izuku and Josh fist bumped and Izuku then called Barnes for transport of workers. This was how Izuku, Venom and their brothers started war against Soraya's hand. It has been 4 years since Izuku and his brothers started war against Soraya's hand. Izuku and Josh are now 16 and Luke 17. Together, they were able to take down all bases in 6 regions and have only 1 left in 7th region. Thanks to this, Izuku with others were able to get higher ranks. Josh and Luke are now lieutenant colonels and Izuku became brigadier general. They also started working with Dusk Squad, which was team of 4. 𝗕𝗁𝗁𝗏, and 𝗔𝗵 who were great at recon and info gathering, and 𝗏𝗏 who was MSTR of explosions. We will now go to Izuku and others preparing raid for the last base. Izuku, alright, is everybody here? Others, yes sir. Izuku, good, I will introduce you to the plan. This base is so far the largest, our objective is to destroy the base. There is also another objective this time. Izuku, this man is 𝗕𝗁𝗏, codename 𝗕𝗏 Izuku. This man is 𝗕𝗁𝗏, codename 𝗕𝗏. To our knowledge, he is leader of Saraya's hand. Take him down and war is over. It doesn't matter if dead or alive. Does everyone understand objective? Others, yes sir. Izuku, okay, now to the plan. This base has only one open entrance at west side, Hex. You will take Rock and 𝗔𝗵 with half of troops on east side and blow yourself an entrance. Use as much firepower as you want. Ace, you will take team of snipers on south side to cover us. Cage, you will take down their system and cut off power. Me, Reaper and rest of troops will get inside by front entrance. Once inside, me, Reaper, Hex and Rock will go inside main tower. Only us, the rest will stay at ground unless we give command. We are starting at 10 o'clock. Does everyone understand their positions? Others, yes sir. Izuku, alright people, this is final showdown. This is what we were working for these past 4 years. Failure is not an option. Dismissed. Soldiers left the meeting room and left Izuku with his brothers and Dusk squad. Josh, you okay bro? You look stressed out. Izuku, yeah, we're just nervous, that's all. Venom, how can you not be? We are going on final mission that can end everything we worked on for 4 years. Luke, yes, you are right about that Venom. Ace, why won't we go get some drink? That always helps you relax Venom. Izuku, we suppose you are right. Maybe we are just overthinking. Josh, then let's go. And so, they all went to get a drink and to sleep for their big day. Time skipped to 9:58. Izuku, alright, is everyone at their positions? Hex, Team B ready sir. Ace, Team C ready sir. Cage, Team D ready sir. Izuku, Team A ready, it's showtime. Izuku and his team rushed into the base and started taking down enemies like flies while they heard a loud explosion. Izuku, looks like Rock has done his part. The battle was going on for about 15 minutes, until Izuku, Hex, Reaper and Rock got to entrance into main tower. Izuku, ready. Others, ready. Izuku then kicked out doors and they started to run upstairs, until they got onto 10th floor where stairs ended with metal door. Izuku, Cage, open the door. Cage heard Izuku and hacked the door. Izuku then rushed inside with others where was 15 cords evading them. Izuku made shield from one hand and rushed towards guards with Hex and Reaper following and Rock covering them from behind. When Izuku got close enough, he turned his shield into a tentacle and grabbed one of guards and smashed him on other 2, knocking them out. Meanwhile Hex was able to take down 3 other guards, and Reaper was able to take down 4. One of guards was aiming at Reaper and looked ready to fire until he got shot into neck by Rock. Izuku then rushed to remaining 4 guards. He let Venom take control over his mounted rifle and shot 2 guards while Izuku turned his both hands into blades and slice opened remaining 2 guards. Rock, man, that was some action general. Izuku, oh, shut up, we have to move. With that, out 4 soldiers start making their way on top of the tower until they reached the highest point, but then they saw a huge metal door before them. Izuku, Cage, can you open it? Cage, negative sir, those doors must operate on closed circuit. Izuku, understood. Rock, it's your time to shine. Rock chuckled and started setting explosives on doors. Once he was finished, they took cover and Rock pressed the button. A loud explosion could be heard throughout the entire complex, but the doors were finally opened. Izuku with others then finally rushed into the room to see Eren with 5 guards. Izuku then whistled, giving Venom's signal, which he understood. Venom then formed a small rocket launcher on his right shoulder and instantly shot a rocket at Eren, filling the room with smoke. Once smoke settled, they saw that all guards turned into bloody mess, but Eren was still standing there unharmed. Wow. Eren, it looks like you underestimated me. My quirk is called hologram. I can duplicate myself in form of hologram for certain amount of time. This is the end of line for you. Izuku then heard a gunshot and felt a hole in his head, but thanks to Venom's healing factor, it disappeared instantly. Izuku then turned around to see a real Eren. Izuku, I have a feeling you were the one who underestimated us. Izuku then took out his pistol and shot Eren in the head. Luke, what the hell man, we could took him. Izuku, we are not risking that, better safe than sorry. Josh, I suppose you are right Venom. Ace, General, fighting on ground has ended, enemy troops were eliminated. 𝗧𝗵𝗲𝗃𝗧. Our great news, we just killed Eren, which means both of our objectives were fulfilled. Josh, so this means that war is finally over. Izuku, yes, it is bro Luke. Cage, inform everyone the war is over. Cage, roger that. At night of the same day boys had a celebration of their big victory with other soldiers, drinking and having blast of their lives. After a while they became tired and went to sleep after a long day of fighting. Next day a helicopter landed to take guys back to Sentinel Base. Once they left helicopter, they were greeted by a lot of soldiers for their victory against Saraya's hand. Group of soldiers then escorted them to their old room. Before we leave you, General Nolan wants you to go into main hall at 1700 hours. Izuku, thank you soldier. All soldiers then saluted and left out trio alone. Josh, man, I almost forgot how it looks here Luke. Yeah, it sure brings back memories. Izuku, it sure does. Well, I'm calling dibs on shower. Izuku then rushed into bathroom and took a long shower. Guys then took shower as well and went to main hall, where they saw General Nolan and around 1,000 soldiers. Nolan was standing on podium behind the table. Guys found themselves seats and Nolan looked like he wanted to speak. Nolan, hello my sentinels, as you probably heard, yesterday at 11:37, our forces were able to stop war at North Africa against Saraya's hand. Normally such task would take around 9 years, but there were 7 sentinels that together managed to stop this war sooner, and for that, I want to show my utmost gratitude. Rush Squad, Dusk Squad, could you come here before us? Guys were shocked that Nolan thought so highly of them, but they shook it off and went on podium with Dusk Squad. Once they got there, Nolan shook hands with them all. Nolan, my sentinels, all 7 of you made excellent job on battlefield, but one of you shown skills beyond those of normal soldier. Brigadier General Venom. Izuku and Venom were in shock. They knew their results in battle were good, but they didn't know they were good enough for Nolan to call them out like this. Izuku then walked behind table to face Nolan. Izuku, sir. Nolan, Venom, for your actions on battlefield, you are now promoted to Major General. Congratulations. Nolan then pinned symbol of Major General on Izuku's uniform. Nolan then pinned symbol of Major General on Izuku's uniform. Nolan, now, what about little speech for other sentinels? Izuku nodded and turned around face to face with hall full of sentinel soldiers. Izuku, to be honest, I wasn't expecting this. Normally I would be talking what honor it is to receive such rank, but I will tell you something else this time. Honestly, I never really knew meaning of word family. Is it BLD? Is it name on paper? I was asking myself that question a lot, but then 6 years ago I met General Nolan. He gave chance to become the best I could be, and after 2 years of training here at this base, I became real sentinel. The more time I spend here, the more clear the answer for my old question became. Family isn't defined by BLD, nor papers. Family are people you would risk everything for. I take pride in fact that I can call myself one of you. I am glad I became sentinel and became part of this family. So I swear here and now before you all, my brothers, my sisters, that I will live up to expectations that come with this title. After this speech, Izuku's brothers started tearing up a bit, and few seconds of silence later the whole hall started clapping and whistling for Izuku's speech. After that guys and Dusk Squad had a small celebration for Izuku's promotion. Time skip 5 weeks later. Izuku was now on the way from training ground Alpha where he was training with his brothers, but then soldier run up to him. Major General Venom, General Nolan wants to meet with you and your squad. Izuku, thank you soldier. Izuku then went to find his brothers, and once they were together, they went Nolan's office. Guys, General Nolan sir. Nolan, at ease soldiers. Izuku, do you want something with us sir? Nolan, I have a mission for you boys, but I am not sure if you will want to take it this time. Izuku, why do you say that sir? Nolan signed. The mission will take place in city 𝗵𝘃𝗃. When Nolan said name of that city, everyone could notice the terrifying killer intent coming from both Izuku and Venom. Josh and Luke each put one hand on Izuku's shoulder, which calmed both Izuku and Venom down. Nolan, like I said, you have option to decline this time, it's your call Venom. Izuku, alright, we accept, this had to happen eventually, so the sooner the better. What is our objective, sir? Nolan smiled a bit and gave Izuku file. Nolan, according to our intel, there is huge factory near 𝗵𝘃𝗃 city where is group of villains called League of Villains creating some sort of powerful biological weapon. The principal of 𝗬𝗧𝗏 Academy, Nizu called us to help with raid of the factory. We set a helicopter for you and Dusk Squad to take you to you. For meeting with other heroes. Is your objective clear? Guys? Yes, sir. Nolan, perfect. The file contains more specific info on this mission. Read it on your way. Good luck, you are dismissed. Guys left Nolan's office and were now walking in hallway. Luke, are you two okay? Izuku and Venom sign at Izuku. If we go there, we will most likely meet them there and we don't know what we will do if that happens. Josh, I know, but look at the better side. If we will meet them, you can finally give them all peace of your mind and we will be there to cover you, like we always do, bro. Luke. He is right, and like you said, this has to happen eventually. Luke suddenly smirked. Plus, maybe you will be there Oswell, if you know who I am talking about. Izuku gently smiled and laughed at a bit. Izuku, perhaps you are right, the six of us are the most destructive force in this world after all. Josh, that's right, so as long as we stand together. Luke, there won't be force strong enough to stand in our way. Guys and their symbiotes then fist bumped and went to meet with Dusk Squad. Once they met up, Guys explained to them basics of mission and boarded on helicopter, which was supposed to take them on their next mission. We will now join heroes in meeting room inside you. Nizu, is everybody here? Everyone? Yes. Nizu, very well, as you all know, we are planning to raid one of factories that belong to League of Villains, but before we get to plan, I called a friend of mine to send us some help. AllMight, really, who is that friend? Nizu, General Nolan, he is in part of Sentinel organization. Everybody, what? Psychonia and Co., why would you hire some mercenaries and since when are you friend with them? Nizu, calm down please, I can assure you that nothing will happen. Nolan told me he is sending here 7 of his best man. And 𝗕𝗏𝗏, only 7, that is pathetic. They will die before they step into fight. Nizu, I can promise that won't bet he case. Nolan can see with one eye better than most people with both, so if he says that they are the best, then I would advise you to not mess with them. Suddenly they could hear helicopter coming. Nizu, that must be them, let's greet our guests. Nizu with other heroes and students went outside right at moment of landing. Once helicopter landed, the back door opened revealing Izuku, his brothers and Dusk Squad with masks on faces already. Izuku, good afternoon Principal Nizu, I am Major General Venom. Nolan sent us here to help you out. Nizu, it's pleasure to meet you Major General Venom, come inside please. Izuku, alright, give us minutes sir. Nizu looked a bit confused at Izuku with the rest. Izuku, Ace, Grim, you know what to do. Ace Grim, yes sir. Ace and Grim then left. Nizu, mind telling where did they went? Izuku, recon Nizu, I don't think that was necessary, we already scouted the place. Izuku, better safe than sorry, wouldn't you agree? Nizu, that is truth. Izuku, alright sir, lead the way. Nizu then took Izuku and rest back to meeting room. Nizu, alright, now that we are all here, we will talk about a plan. General Venom, would you mind? Izuku, not at all sir. From our current intel, it is safe to assume there are about 50 guards. 7 snipers at roof, 28 outside and rest is inside at first and second floor. Me and Sentinels will go there and take care of them. Heroes will meanwhile make sure civilians are safe, don't interfere until we give permission. Any questions? And 𝗕𝗏𝗏, I have one, who the hell you think you are? Just walk in here and act like some big shot and on top of that tell us to do nothing. Nizu, and 𝗕𝗏𝗏, that is a not. Venom has made plan clear and I agree with his judgment. Izuku, besides, it's not like you can go there and kill them, right Mr. Number 2 hero? And 𝗕𝗏𝗏 got angry but stayed silent. Izuku, good, we are starting tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Izuku then walked to other sentinels. Psychonia, Nizu, are you confident they will be able to do this? Nizu, I am, trust me, they know what they are doing. Sentinel group then walked to the bar. Rock, 5 bottles of beer please. Barman gave them bottles, but before they started drinking, they realized they still had masks on. So they started taking masks off one by one as heroes were watching in shock that few of them were still teenagers, not much older than students in room. Now was finally Izuku's turn. He let Venom retract their mask to reveal his face. This made everyone even more shocked. To think that somebody with title of Major General was also only teenager was really surprise, but there were 5 people who were in even bigger shock. Those people were All Might, Psychonia, Izumi, Katsuki and Shoto. They were all staring in amazement that Izuku was really standing before their eyes. Momo, hey Izumi, is something wrong? Izumi whispered, big brother. Kirishima, what were you saying? Izumi didn't listen and walked to her brother with her mother and father. All Might, son, as Izuku heard that, he looked at All Might with angry expression. Izuku, what do you want, old man? All Might, I want to speak with my son who I haven't seen for 6 years. Izuku, you have some nerves to call me your son after all you've done to me. All Might, please listen to me, what I did that day was wrong and I, Izuku, am sorry that I had to make you mentally break down and run from home to realize that. Like hell I will believe that. Psychonia, Izuku please, come home, we still love you honey, you are not murderer. Izuku, how dare you say you know what I am? You never cared about me before, do you want me to go back so you could ignore me again? Inko and Izumi started tearing up, while Josh put his hand on Izuku's shoulder to calm him down. Izuku, I suppose I still have to say thank you. They looked at Izuku surprised. Izuku, I have to thank you, All Might, if you haven't destroyed my dream, I would never become sentinel. Izuku then took his beer and started walking away with other sentinels. Aizu, is that really? Izuku instantly stopped with wide eyes. He slowly turned around to see Katsumi, who was tearing up. Izuku, cat. Katsumi ran up to Izuku and hugged him. Katsumi, oh my god, it really is you. Izuku then hugged her back. Izuku, yeah it is. Katsumi, please tell me this is not a dream. Izuku chuckled, it isn't, I really am here. Then they broke hug and Katsumi slapped Izuku. Katsumi, you idiot, do you know how worried I was about you? Sentinel's Venom, wow Izuku, I am sorry, I totally deserved that. Izuku noticed necklace around Katsumi's neck. Izuku, why you still have it? Katsumi, of course, you promised remember, that we will see each other again. Izuku smiled, yes you are right. Luke, hey, so, I hate to break your reunion with love of your life bro, but Ace just called that they are coming back from recon. Izuku and Katsumi started blushing like crazy after Luke's comment. Izuku, I will go out look for those too. Rock, okay, don't get lost. Izuku chuckled and left. Josh, so, it is really you? Katsumi, what do you mean? Josh, that old friend of Izuku's right. Katsumi, yeah what about it? Josh, I see, please take good care of our brother. Katsumi blushed a bit, okay, but why are you saying that? Luke, simple, Izuku was always talking how he hopes you are awake from coma and how much he misses you. Josh, he was also talking how he loves you in sleep sometimes. Katsumi was now blushing even more. Katsumi, really? Luke, yeah, we wouldn't lie about our bro's feelings. Katsumi, I wanted to ask you, why are you calling him brother? Guys then explained how they met him 6 years ago, how he told them his story and how they grew brotherly bond with each other. They also told her about the war against Soraya's hand and symbiotes. What they didn't knew was that Izuku's family was listening to the whole conversation and couldn't help but feel bad that their Izuku had to go trough all that because of them. At that moment, they agreed that they will try to set things right with Izuku again. He was here right before their eyes now and that was all they needed to know. We will join Izuku outside the building waiting for Ace and Grim. Izuku, where could they still be? Venom, how would I know, but it is kind of far from this place, let's give them few minutes. Izuku, yeah, you are probably Ace, Venom. Izuku, what happened guys? Grim. The guards, there are 100 of them there. Izuku 𝗵𝗲𝗻, what? Ace, he is telling the truth. Izuku, let's go, we have to tell others. The three of them quickly rushed back to meeting room, which everyone noticed. Izuku then walked to 𝗎𝗓 and grabbed him by collar. Everybody ex Ace and Grim were looking at Izuku in shock. Izuku, okay 𝗎𝗓, who were the people that scouted that factory before us? 𝗎𝗓, please put me down, I will tell you. Izuku calmed down a bit and put 𝗎𝗓 on ground. 𝗎𝗓, it was Eraserhead, Psychonia and 𝗕𝗏𝗲. Izuku, are you kidding me? Absolutely everybody was now scared of Izuku. Izuku, okay, which genius got that amazing idea to send somebody who has flames over his body to do recon 𝗕𝗏𝗍? 𝗎𝗓, we didn't order them, they went there on their own. Luke, 𝗵𝗲𝗻, what is going on? Izuku, I will tell you, by some miracle these idiots got noticed by the enemy and now they have 100 guards on standby at that factory, that's what is going on. Josh face-bombed, are you serious? Izuku, ask about that Ace and Grim. Ace, he is telling the truth, we saw them. 𝗎𝗓, I see, so what will we do now? Izuku, we are sticking to plan. Everyone ex-sentinels. What? Izuku, you heard me, this will just take more time than we expected, that's all. 𝗎𝗓, I know that you are strong but you can't possibly pull this off, take at least some backup with you. Izuku, no way, I absolutely refuse to take any pro hero with us, not after they were able to do such rookie mistake and before the actual battle no less. 𝗎𝗓, 𝗵𝗲𝗻 PL Izuku, I said no and that is final 𝗎𝗓. Is that clear? 𝗎𝗓 signed, all right Izuku, sentinels we have to prepare. With that, all sentinels left the room. AllMight, are you sure it is good idea to let them do it alone? Psychonia, he is right, they are still only 7 against 100, that doesn't sound too promising. 𝗎𝗓, look, I know you are worried about your son, but we have to be positive. All people in room then started talking with nobody noticing Katsumi sneaking out. Now outside of building. Luke, what a bunch of idiots, makes you think what people see in them. Rock, I know right. Izuku. They all turned around to see Katsumi running to them. Izuku, you guys go ahead, we will catch up with you later. Others just nodded, leaving Izuku and Katsumi alone. Izuku, well what now? Katsumi, Izuku please, think this trough. I know you were at war but I am worried about you. Izuku, so they told you what I know, what we became. Katsumi, yes, one of your brothers told me about you and your symbiote. Izuku, and you are not scared of me. Katsumi, I could never be scared of you, do you know why? Izuku, no why. Katsumi then came closer, put her arms around Izuku's neck and passionately kissed him on lips. Izuku was surprised by this but after a few seconds Izuku hugged her and started kissing her back. After 2 minutes they broke the kiss for air. Katsumi, I could never be scared of you, because I love you Izuku, more than anyone in this world. Izuku, I love you too Katsumi, I always did. Katsumi, so, does this mean that we are, you know? Izuku, I think so, you don't want. Katsumi, that's not it, I really want, I just want to make sure. Izuku, well then, from this point we are officially couple. Izuku then kissed Katsumi again, but then other sentinels appeared out of nowhere and shouted, congratulations man. Izuku, what the hell? Josh, come on bro, you honestly weren't expecting that we would miss this moment, were you? Ace, he is right, it is not every day our brother gets girlfriend you know. Luke, we know we asked this already, but please take good care of our bro, okay Katsumi? Katsumi, don't worry, he is in good hands. Rock, you wanted to say they, right 𝗵𝗻𝗻? A black mass with face then formed on Izuku's shoulder. Izuku, oh yeah Katsumi, this is 𝗵𝗻𝗻. Katsumi, wow, so cool, so you are that symbiote they told me about. 𝗵𝗻𝗻, yes I am. I have a feeling we will get along well. Katsumi, I think so too, but first I have to thank you for taking care of my Izuku until now. 𝗵𝗻𝗻, no thanks needed, but now it's your turn. Katsumi giggled, I know. Izuku, alright, we should get going now. We still have a mission to go tomorrow. Katsumi, okay, but can I ask you one last question? Izuku, sure Katsumi, Could I join Sentinel Organization Oswell? Everyone ex Izuku was surprised by this. Izuku, why would you want to do that? You are already hero in training. Katsumi, the only reason I wanted to become pro-hero was to find you dummy. Izuku, wait what? Katsumi, after you left, I never talked with your family or my brother. I hated them all for what they have done to you. I never wanted to have anything with heroes, but then somebody told me that pro-heroes have access to top-secret informations. I thought that info I could get from pro-hero job would help me find you. But now that you are here, there isn't any point for me to be pro-hero. Izuku, you have done all of that for me. Katsumi, of course silly, all I ever wanted was to be by your side, but that won't happen now. Not if I won't become Sentinel Oswell. Sentinel's ex-Luke. Man, Izuku got some luck to find this girl. Katsumi said with puppy eyes. So would it be possible? Izuku sighed. Well, I'm not sure. You know what, I will give you tomorrow after raid a test. If you pass, I will look what I can do about that. What do you say? Katsumi, can't you just give me that test now? Izuku, no, it will take some time to prepare. You will have to wait little bit longer. Katsumi, okay, I will go now, you still have to prepare. Bye guys, see you tomorrow Aizu. Katsumi then kissed Izuku a cheek and quickly left. Josh, you are one lucky guy Aizu. Izuku, yeah, when will you find someone already? Josh, hey, I am just waiting you know. Plus Luke, please, we all know you are just lazy bro. Everyone laughed and went to prepare for raid. Time skipped to next day to 5:40. Everybody is now standing in distance from factory. Izuku, okay people, like I said yesterday, heroes are staying here to protect civilians, sentinels, we are going there and destroy the factory. Does everyone understand? Everyone, yes Izuku, alright, sentinels, prepare your gear, we are going there in 18 minutes. Sentinels, yes sir. Sentinels left to prepare their gear, while Izuku's family approached him. Izumi, Izuku please, let us help you, what do you want to prove by killing yourself like this? Izuku stared at her for few seconds and then burst out laughing. Izuku, what? You think I am trying to prove something here? Oh god, that is best joke I heard in very long time. Oh my stomach. Izuku then put himself together. Izuku, it looks like you are missing the point, I have nothing to prove here. This is what I always do because this is what it means to be sentinel. How do you think I got all these scars? Izuku's family was totally speechless after Izuku's statement. After a moment of silence, Izuku turned around and walked away. You sure are HRD on them. Izuku, do you want me to forgive them after all they have done to me just like that? Katsumi, not at all, I honestly don't think you even should forgive them, but we can talk about this some other time. Izuku, yes, you are right about that cat. Katsumi, be careful out there okay? Izuku, you don't have to worry about me. Katsumi and Izuku shared a quick kiss. Katsumi, good luck Aizu. Izuku smiled and walked to other sentinels. Izuku, alright guys, here's the plan. Me, Hex and Rock are going from east side. Cage, you will stay here to monitor the situation, rest will go from west side. Strike hard and don't let anyone escape. Understood. Sentinels, yes sir. Izuku smirked. Perfect sentinels went to their separate locations while one of the heroes created holographic screen on which everyone could watch sentinels in action. Now when sentinels got to their locations, Izuku said to his mic, okay, it's go time. With that signal Izuku made rocket launcher on his shoulder and shot 3 rockets, taking down 5 guards. Then they heard that alarm went off and saw 14 guards running to them. Rock thrown grenade at them, taking care of 4 guards, while Luke took 1 guard and smashed him into 2 other guards. Izuku then rushed 4 other guards. He used his rifle to shoot 1 guard, then turned his arms into blades and cut in half 2 guards. He turned to guards standing few meters away from him, but that one got in next moment shot into head by Rock. Izuku then shot another rocket, killing last 3 guards. Izuku to Mike. Cage, how's the situation? Cage, Reaper's team took care of 17 guards so far. Izuku, alright, we are going into building. Cage, understood sir. Izuku's team then rushed into factory. Meanwhile with heroes, everybody is watching in amazement from what sentinels are capable of, but they were also scared from brutal ways Izuku, Luke and Josh were killing their enemies. Katsumi now approached 𝗕𝗁𝗁. Katsumi, 𝗕𝗁𝗁, will they be okay? 𝗕𝗁𝗁, if you are worried about your boyfriend, don't be. You can trust me when I say this is nothing for us. Katsumi, really? 𝗕𝗁𝗁, have you seen that smirk Izuku made before he rushed there? Katsumi, yeah 𝗕𝗁𝗁. Well, when he does that, it is pretty much his way of saying, you are all going straight to hell. When he is like that, no force on this planet can stop him. Katsumi, but he looks like he is struggling there. 𝗕𝗁𝗁, that is because he has to hold back. Sentinels already have bad reputation. He wants to show those heroes that we can do more than just destroy things. Believe me, he could take down that whole place just by himself if he wanted to. Katsumi smiled. I see, please Aizu, be careful back to the battlefield. Both teams now took down 58 guards. Now with Izuku. Izuku, man, it is so annoying to hold back like this. Venom, yeah, why won't we just obliterate next group of guards? Izuku, I agree with you, but only if it will be more than 15. Venom chuckled. Deal. When he said it, they could see 20 guards running towards them. Izuku smirked. You have some luck today, Venom. Izuku then jumped to the dark part of factory and shapeshifted to match with walls. He then crawled to the middle off ceiling and jumped down to the middle of enemy squad. He then made axe from his left hand and blade from his right hand. Before enemy could notice him, he cut heads of 2 guards down with axe and slashed another 4 guards' throats. He then unleashed 3 tentacles from his back and grabbed 3 guards with them, ripping them apart. After that, he let Venom take control of his rifle, which he mounted on his shoulder, took out his pistol and started shooting everywhere around him, killing 10 guards. The last guard was now just standing there frozen with fear. Izuku walked up to him and punched him into chest, ripping his heart out. Izuku, that felt so good. Venom, I know where more. Izuku to Mike, 𝗕𝗁𝗁, status report. 𝗕𝗁𝗁, there are only 17 guards left in the factory. Izuku, alright, where are they? 𝗕𝗁𝗁, they are at south part of 𝗕𝗁𝗁, what the hell? Izuku, 𝗕𝗁𝗁, what is going on? 𝗕𝗁𝗁, others encountered Big Boss and he is wiping floor with them. Izuku, I'm on my way. Izuku was running with inhuman speed while taking down remaining 17 guards on his way to the south part of factory. Once he arrived, he saw Josh, Ace, Rock and Grim knocked out an 11 feet tall creature with black skin and exposed brains stomping on Luke's body. When Izuku saw this, he immediately rushed to the creature and punched it so hard, it flew outside of factory. When Izuku saw this, he immediately rushed to the creature and punched it so hard, it flew outside of factory. Izuku runned up to Luke. Izuku, bro, are you okay? Luke, yeah, but I won't be able to fight for few minutes. That thing is strong. Izuku, do you know what it can do? Luke, from what I saw, it has strength enhancement, shock absorption and insane regeneration. Like I said, that thing is real deal. Izuku, thanks, you just rest now, I have a bird to roast. Luke, go and kill it, bro. We're counting on you. Izuku nodded and ran out of factory to face 𝗵𝗄. When 𝗵𝗄 got to Izuku's sight, Izuku rushed towards him without hesitation and turned his hands into huge blades. Then he runned blades trough 𝗵𝗄's body and cut his lover part down. 𝗵𝗄 roared from pain, but after a moment it started regenerating. Izuku noticed that and started punching now immobile 𝗵𝗄, but 𝗵𝗄 managed to counter most of his punches. Izuku then suddenly noticed that 𝗵𝗄 was covering mostly his head, which gave Izuku an idea. Izuku, could it be that exposed brain is his weak spot? It is risky, but I know we have no choice. Izuku then started punching 𝗵𝗄 with even bigger force and speed than before, trying to get a hit on 𝗵𝗄's brain. Izuku then made 2 tentacles on his back and turned them into blades. Izuku then used his tentacle blades and cut off 𝗵𝗄's arms, which made 𝗵𝗄 roar from pain again. Izuku took the chance and punched 𝗵𝗄 into his exposed brain, making it blow into pieces. Izuku was looking if 𝗵𝗄 wasn't regenerating, which he wasn't. Izuku sighed in relief that 𝗵𝗄 was really dead. He then turned around and ran back to his team. During Izuku's battle, Luke managed to heal everyone including himself. Izuku, is everybody alright? Josh, I think so. Ace, yeah, but what in the actual hell was that thing? Izuku, I think it was that biological weapon they were making here. Luke, that sounds about right, but we should investigate before jumping to conclusions. Others, agreed Izuku, let's go to others. Sentinels, yes sir. Izuku, okay heroes, you can go and secure it there, no enemies should be there now. Nizu, you heard Venom, go and secure the area. Most of heroes nodded and left sentinels with the rest. Izuku, man, this was fun. Josh, said the only one who wasn't squashed by a bird monster. Ace, totally Izuku Venom, oh come on. Sentinels laughed as students of 2A approached them. Izuku, do you want something? Izumi, we just wanted to check on you. Izuku, we are totally fine, nobody died, except those guards am I right? Sentinels chuckled, yeah Momo, how can you joke like that about killing people? Izuku, I'll wait, you are those kind of people who think that killing somebody is wrong. AX Katsumi, yeah Izuku, the thing is that this opinion is total bullshit. If you think that you can win every time just by knocking enemy out, you are total fools who will die gross and painful death very soon. This statement made all of Class 2A shake in fear, only Katsumi wasn't because she realized this long time ago. Izuku, also, don't think I am just trying to scare you here. There are thousands of criminals who killed even more heroes and are still free because those heroes let themselves get killed by them, rather than kill those criminals first. And all of it just because some stupid moral code, which was created by even more stupid people. What is even worse is that this moral code is the reason why criminals are still appearing. Mina, what do you mean by that? Izuku, criminals keep appearing because they know that heroes will go and put them into prison even at cost of their life, which gives villains advantage. Villains are rarely scared of prison because they most of time don't have anything to lose, but that is also why they are scared of us sentinels. We can do whatever we want with them. We can put them into prison, but we can also kill or torture them and that's what they are scared of. Just imagine how much would crime rate drop down if heroes had permission to kill. Katsumi, Iza honey, they get it okay. Izuku-san, I really hope so. Denki, why are you calling him honey? Katsumi, why do you care? I can call my boyfriend however I want to, right? Boyfriend. Izuku Katsumi, you heard her me. Izumi, when did that happen? Katsumi, not important right now. Izu, you should go rest with others. Izuku kissed Katsumi on cheek. Izuku, as you wish cat. Izuku winked at her and with other sentinels walked away leaving blushing Katsumi and her classmates. Katsuki, do you mind telling me since when are you with that useless idiot Deku? Katsumi, I would advise you to shut up before you will get hurt Katsuki, besides I am sure that you wouldn't say that to his face now. Also I have no obligation to answer any of your questions. Katsumi then turned around and left rest of her classmates. Time skipped to the afternoon. Everybody X2A was now in meeting hall. Nizu, I want to say that all of you did a wonderful job. We have successfully captured 6 guards for interrogation and also secured factory. I especially thank Sentinels for their help with this case. Izuku, it was no problem Nizu. Nizu, I also want to talk to you about Summit. Nizu was cut off by sound of helicopter outside. Nizu, so he is here huh? Let's go outside people. Everyone went outside to see landing helicopter. Once it landed, back door opened revealing General Nolan. All sentinels saluted, sir. Nolan, at ease boys. Nizu, I hope my boys didn't cause too much trouble. Nizu, not at all Nolan, they exceeded my expectations, but I suppose you did said that they are the best you have. Nizu and Nolan laughed it a bit. Izuku, sir, what are you doing here? Nolan, I came here to give you a new mission. Izuku, we are listening. Nolan, your new objective is to guard Class 2A, Sentinels. What? Nolan smirked. That is all, Nizu will tell you what to do later. Dismissed. Nolan and Nizu left Sentinels and others. Izuku-san, well, that was unexpected. Josh, yeah, but hey, we have to do it anyway you know. Luke, I just hope I won't have to talk to them. They are so annoying, except your girlfriend bro Izuku. You almost pulled the trigger there, but I agree with you. Ace, let's just go. Izuku saw Katsumi running to them. Izuku, hey cat, is something wrong? Katsumi, Izu, I want to take that test you promised me. Izuku signed, Alright, come with me. Izuku and other sentinels nodded to each other. Izuku took Katsumi to designated area in school. Once they arrived, they saw a man with cloth in his mouth tied up to chair. Katsumi, what the hell is going on here? Izuku, your test, this is one of those guards that survived our attack. Izuku said and gave Katsumi his pistol. Izuku, if you want to be sentinel, you must be able to kill. Katsumi's eyes widened. She didn't anticipate that she will really need to kill somebody. She was aware that sentinels have to kill, but she wasn't expecting that it is rule to become one. Katsumi, do I really have to do this? Izuku, yes, you have to do this. I really don't want to sound harsh, but if you can't kill, you have no place between sentinels. Katsumi started thinking. She wasn't sure about becoming sentinel now. She didn't want to kill somebody, but in the end, the thought of Izuku leaving her again was even more scary to her. With that she made up her mind, aimed at guard and pulled the trigger, but the bullet went off his body. Katsumi, what? Izuku, congratulations, you passed. Katsumi, but how? What happened? How could that bullet went him? When Katsumi said that, the guard vanished. Izuku, that guard was fake. Ace used his quirk, shadow creation. He can basically create anything from shadows, weapons, furniture, and how you just witnessed even people. Katsumi, I see, but why you did that? Izuku, like I said, you have to be capable of killing, but we couldn't let you kill somebody just for the sake of some test, and since you didn't know about Ace's quirk, you get the idea. Katsumi, I understand, but I can be sentinel now, can I? Izuku, yes, you can. Katsumi, so when are we leaving you? Izuku, about that, we have new mission from Nolan to guard your class, so we have to stay here. Katsumi, are you serious? Izuku, I wish I wasn't. But it might be better this way. Katsumi, Izuku, I can give you sentinel training here. Besides, I am sure the longer the time you spend as student here, the better chance to go on missions sooner. Katsumi, I see, very well then. Izuku smiled. Let's go. 𝗫𝗓 still has to give us details of this mission, people. Sentinels. Yeah, time skip to 𝗫𝗓's office. Sentinels with Katsumi arrive to principal's office. Izuku, okay Kat, wait for us here. Katsumi nodded and Izuku knocked on the door. 𝗫𝗓, come in. Izuku, 𝗫𝗓, Nolan, you said that you will give us more info on our mission, right? Nolan, that is correct. Like I said, you will be bodyguards for 2A in this school. 𝗫𝗓, we have prepared dorms in 2A's dorm building, so you will be able to keep close eye on them. Nolan, Venom, Reaper, you will also enroll here as students into 2A, of course only temporarily until mission is over. Do you understand your objective? Sentinels, yes sir. Nolan, perfect, you can go, good luck. Especially you Izuku, you will need it. 𝗫𝗓, you will get your schedule from Aizawa when you will get to dorms. Izuku, understood 𝗫𝗓. Sentinels then walked out from office to Katsumi, which was waiting outside of office. Katsumi, so, how did it go? Izuku, we will share dorms with your class, plus me and Josh will have classes with you. Katsumi, that is amazing, come on, I will take you there. Katsumi grabbed Izuku's hand and started dragging him to dorms. Meanwhile, others were laughing about how funny it looked to see Izuku being dragged around like test dummy. Now they all arrived in front of their dorm building. Izuku, I have to admit, this looks a lot better than I thought. Luke, yeah, no joke. Josh, well, ladies first. They all went inside, but once they got there, everybody looked at them. What are you doing here? Aizawa, calm down, 𝗫𝗓 hired them to guard you guys. Zero, guard us. Aizawa, yes, 𝗫𝗓 arranged it so they are moving in here, so you better behave. Izuku, also, me and Josh here are going to be in your class, that reminds me. Aizawa, 𝗫𝗓 told us that you have our schedule. Aizawa smirked and handed them their schedules. Izuku, Josh, thanks Aizawa. Well, I will leave you guys alone so you can get to know each other. Aizawa then left the dorm building. Izuku, alright guys, we have 4 rooms here, so who will be with who? Ace, I will be with Grim. Cage, I am with Rock. Josh, sorry bro, I must leave you alone, you know Luke is scared of loneliness. Izuku chuckled. Fine then, let's unpack. Time skip after unpacking. After they finished unpacking, All of them went downstairs where was already everybody from 2A waiting for them. Ida. Hello, my name is 𝗕𝗫𝗁. I am also class president and I would like us all to get along. Izuku, I don't think you have to worry about that. Ida smiled and shook hands with Izuku. After that everybody else introduced themselves, X4 who Izuku already knew. After introductions they all sat at sofas in common space. Nobody knows about Izuku's history with Izumi, Katsuki and Shoto Todoroki. Izuku, I have a question. Izuku, I'm listening. Todoroki, how long are you sentinel? After hearing this question everybody in room looked at Izuku. Izuku-𝗫, that is kinda hard to say. I became official sentinel 4 years ago, but I was training at their base for 2 years before that, so from one point of view I am sentinel for 6 years. Ida, incredible Mina, no wonder you have so many scars. Izuku, well, that's what war does with you. 𝗎𝙢𝙢𝗢, you were in war. Izuku, yeah, me and these 6 dumbasses took down terrorist organization which was ruling over North Africa a few months ago. Jiro, that is amazing. Kirishima, so manly. Izuku smiled a bit. Zero, by the way, what is that quirk you have? I never seen anything like it before. Izuku's smile got replaced with devious smirk as black mass with white eyes and sharp teeth appeared on Izuku's shoulder, which made everyone, ex-sentinels and Katsumi back away a bit. Katsumi, hey there Venom, good to see you again. Venom, the feeling is mutual. Izuku, guys this is Venom and he is not a quirk but an alien, know the difference people. Alien. Venom, that is correct. Katsuki, okay what do you see in that weakling? Venom was staring at Bakugo for a moment and then started laughing. Venom, ow, you think he is weak, that is so cute coming from a worm like you. Katsuki, what did you said? Venom, you heard me, if you really knew what strength means, then you wouldn't call him weakling. This guy was able to withstand 6 years of constant mental and physical suffering that you and his sorry excuse of a sister put him trough. Also add to that 2 years of hellish training and 4 years of war. If you think that somebody weak would be able to go trough all of that without going insane, then I felt sorry for everyone on this planet that has to deal with you. This made everybody look at Katsuki and Izumi. Josh, wait, don't tell me. Ace, it looks like somebody was hiding few things from their friends. Azui, Izumi, what did he meant by that? Izuku, it doesn't matter, it's not like you can change the past by talking about it. Izumi was shocked but had a small smile that her brother defended her. Izuku, what's up with that face woman? I am not defending you here, I only have enough mercy to not walk over dreams of others like you did to me. Nothing more, nothing less. This statement made Izumi very sad and most of 2A confused about what was Izuku talking about. Izuku, anyways, it is getting late, I'm going to bed. See ya tomorrow people. Others. Night. Izuku then went to his room and lied down on his bed, but he couldn't sleep. After a while he heard somebody knock on his door. Izuku went to open the door to see Katsumi. Izuku, hey cat, is something wrong? Katsumi, I was just wondering if we could sleep together. I want us to spend as much time together as we can. Izuku smiled. I see, come in. Katsumi walked into the room and sat on the bed. Izuku, you don't have to be nervous you know. Katsumi, yeah, I know, but I am just so happy. I have finally after 6 years my eyes are back and we can be really together as I always wanted us to be. Honestly, I still feel like it is all just a dream and I don't want to whack. Before Katsumi could finish her sentence, Izuku passionately kissed her on lips which Katsumi returned and after a moment they turned it into full makeout session. After few minutes they broke the kiss for some air. Izuku, is that not proof that you are not dreaming? Katsumi said blushing. Yes it is Aizu. Izuku, alright, let's go to sleep now. Sweet dreams princess. Katsumi, sweet dreams honey. They cuddled with each other and closed their eyes until they finally fallen asleep. Time skipped to next morning. Katsumi started to wake up in Izuku's room. Katsuki, what happened? Katsumi then looked around and remembered where she is and what happened last night. Katsumi said blushing, so it wasn't a dream. But where is Izuku? Maybe he is downstairs. With that Katsumi went downstairs where she met with other students. Katsumi, morning guys. Morning Katsumi Mina. Guys, do you smell it too? 𝗔𝗫𝗁, yeah, it smells good. 𝗔𝗫𝗁, I think it's coming from kitchen. They all went to kitchen to see Izuku, Josh and Luke cooking. Guys, good morning guys. Morning Katsumi, you guys are making breakfast? Josh, we sure do. Luke, it will be finished in few minutes. Can you guys go set the table please? Iida, sure, no problem, let's go guys. Time skip 10 minutes later. Izuku, alright people, here you go. Izuku with others started putting breakfast on table. Momo, this looks great. Katsumi, yeah, thanks for making this guys. Guys, no problem. Izuku, well what are you waiting for, dig in. Everyone, thank you for this food. Time skip after breakfast. Mina, that was delicious. Sato, yeah, where did you learn to cook like this? Josh, when we were training at base, we asked chef in cafeteria if he would teach us about cooking, so he did and with time we were able to cook like this. Izuku, do you remember how Luke set the whole kitchen on fire first time we tried it? Josh laughed it, yeah, good times. Luke, thank God I did it only once. Izuku, anyways, I'll go wash the dishes, somebody wanna help? Luke, Iida, Kirishima and Katsumi raised hands. Izuku, thanks guys. Katsumi, why is Josh not helping you? Luke, Izuku, because he is lazy as hell. Josh, I am not lazy, I am just conserving my energy. Luke chuckled, that is just better way to say you are lazy. Izuku, we better go. With that Izuku with other volunteers left Josh with the rest. Izumi then approached Josh. Izumi, Josh was it? Josh then looked at Izumi with serious face. Josh, what do you want? Izumi, I just wanted to know how was Izuku doing without us. Josh, oh, if you mean by that if he missed you, then I can tell you he didn't, and if your next question is if there is chance he would ever forgive you and his stupid family, then I can also tell you that there is 99.9% chance he won't. Katsuki, what did you said 𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗟𝗑? Josh, you heard me. Say, do you know how he got between sentinels? Izumi, no. Josh, General Nolan took him in after he found him trying to jump from the roof 6 years ago. Everyone, what? You heard him. Everyone turned around to see Izuku. 𝗔𝗫𝗁, why would you try jump from the roof? Izuku, asked Katsuki there, it was his idea, I just took it to heart after my whole world managed to fall apart in just 2 days. Izuku smirked, how did you set it? I remember now, you know Deku, there might be a way for you to get a quirk. It's simple, just jump from the roof and pray to get a quirk in your next life. That is what you said that day, didn't you? Everybody was now staring at Katsuki in shock. Most of them knew he was in but to tell somebody to kill himself was really too much for them. Izumi, Katsuki, is he telling the truth? Katsuki sign it. Yeah, he is, but I seriously wasn't expecting he would really do it, I swear. Izuku, it doesn't matter now anyways, but I do have to admit you were right about one thing Bakugo. Katsuki was now staring at Izuku. Izuku, I really wasn't meant to be a hero, for saying that, I have to thank you. Izuku then turned around and walked upstairs to his room. While everybody was trying to process what just happened, Katsumi sneaked upstairs to Izuku's doors and knocked. Izuku, come in. Katsumi, Aizu, are you okay? Izuku, yeah, I somehow managed to keep our anger in check. Venom, it was close, one more minute and we would probably snapped, which most of times ends up with bloody massacre. Katsumi sit next to Izuku on bed. Katsumi, I know that it hurts, but I am here for you now, so please, it makes me sad to see you torture yourself like this. Izuku smiled. I am wondering how could I get an angel as my girlfriend. Katsumi blushed. You really think that about me? Izuku, of course, I would never lie to you, princess. When Izuku finished his sentence, Katsumi pinned him bed and started kissing him very passionately, which Izuku returned. After 10 minutes of making out, Katsumi lied down on Izuku's chest. Katsumi, Aizu, I want you to promise me something. Izuku, what is it? Katsumi, I want you to promise me to never leave me alone again. Izuku, I can't promise you that, at least not until you will be real sentinel, but I can promise you until then something else. Katsumi, what is it? Izuku, if I will have to leave, I will come back to you as fast as I can, not like last time, okay? Katsumi, Okay, I guess I can live with that for now. Izuku, I love you cat. Katsumi, I love you too Aizu. They snuggled with each other until Izuku spoke again. Izuku, you know, it is still barely noon, what do you say if we started your new training for becoming Sentinel? Katsumi, sounds great, let's go. Katsumi gave Izuku a quick kiss on lips and they both went downstairs. Josh noticed them and shouted, "Hey bro, where are you two going?" Everybody was now looking at them. Izuku, we just wanted to go train for a bit. Ida, that is great idea, do you mind if we would go with you? Katsumi, I am not Su Izuku, sure, why not? Ida, thank you. Well you heard him, let's do some training guys. Thanks for the time skip to Gym Gamma Izuku, this place looks good. Josh, good for sparing, don't you think bro Izuku? Sure, I don't mind kicking your butt. Luke, don't worry Josh, I will help. Katsumi, hey, isn't it little bit unfair 2 versus 1? Izuku smirked. Yeah, but it's unfair to them not me. Luke, like he said, but now less talking more fighting. Izuku Josh, agreed. Guys then walked away from each other to make distance and students with Dusk Squad walked into safe distance. Once everybody was ready, Izuku taunted his hand, giving his brother's signal to attack. Luke rushed towards Izuku first, trying to punch him with his left hand, which Izuku dodged with ease. Luke then started throwing more punches, but Izuku kept dodging while Josh unleashed 2 tentacles on him. Izuku noticed it, jumped backwards, turned his left hand into blade and punched Luke into face with his right arm, making him fly into the wall. After that Izuku started slashing Josh's tentacles and kept getting closer to him. Josh unleashed another tentacle to grab Izuku, which Izuku decided to use to his advantage. He let Josh's tentacle grab him and started spinning, winding himself closer to Josh. When Josh realized what Izuku was trying, he instantly tried to send another tentacles on Izuku, but he just kept cutting them. Josh then decided to let go of him, but it was too late. Izuku was now close enough to Josh and uppercut him with both hands, sending him flying 15 meters into the air and crushing HRD on the ground. Izuku, you are getting better guys. Josh slowly got up. You know you just wiped the floor with us right? Luke slowly walked up to them. He is right you know. Izuku, don't act like kids. Besides, if you haven't realized, Josh managed to scratch me a bit, so I think that was success. Josh, wait really? Izuku, yep Ace, you really had to kick their asses that badly. Izuku, no, but I needed to let out some steam. Rock, that's understandable. Katsumi, are you guys okay? Josh, yeah, he was holding back, so we will be fine. Momo, he was holding back. Kirishima, such manliness. Izuku smiled. Anyways cat, let's get to your training. Uraraka, you are training her. Izuku, yeah, I mean isn't that kinda my duty as her bodyguard to make sure she will get stronger? Luke, he is right we might be here as bodyguards, but we were also asked to keep close eye on you and your progress, so we can help you if needed to. Ida, I see that does make sense. Izuku, by the way I wanted to ask, Hagakure was it? Yes. Izuku, can you turn yourself visible? Toru, no I can't. I am still trying but I can't get grasp on it. Izuku smirked. Hey Josh, would you mind helping her? I remember you had similar problem with your shape-shifting back in the day, didn't you? Josh, sure, I don't mind. Toru, really? Josh, yeah, come with me, I'll tell you some tricks to help. With that Josh and Toru left the group. Izuku, alright, if somebody else wants some help, you can ask others. Let's go cat. Katsumi nodded, right behind you. Izuku and Katsumi then also walked away from the group. Izuku, alright, what were you doing for training until now? Katsumi, well I am running for 2 hours, then 100 of basic exercises like push-ups and sit-ups and then another 2 hours of different gymnastic exercises. Izuku, that is actually better than I was expecting but tell me, does it make you tired? Katsumi, it did before but I barely felt tired nowadays. Izuku, do you feel like you are ready for harder training regimen? Katsumi, I think I do. Izuku, perfect, here's what you will do now. You will keep those 2 hours of running, then you will do 200 of basic exercises instead of 100. After that we will also keep those 2 hours of gymnastic exercises, but we will add to those 2 hours also close combat training and target practice. Does that sound good? Katsumi, you think I can do it? Izuku, well, this was my training regimen I had 6 years ago, so if I was able to do it back, then there is no way you can't now. Katsumi smiled. Fine, let's do it, Aizu. Izuku, that's my girl. Let's start then. Time skip 5 hours. Katsumi, geez, that was harder than I thought. Izuku, give it some time. Katsumi, okay, but I think we should go back to others. Izuku, good idea. Izuku quickly kissed Katsumi on cheek and both of them went to others. Izuku, well, how are these guys doing in your opinion? Ace, most of them train their body pretty well, but they seriously lack at combat. Rock, yeah, those are the better ones, but some of them can't even run for more than 40 minutes. Izuku, I see, where is Josh? Cage, probably still with 𝗕𝗂𝗁𝗧𝗏. Was somebody talking about us? Everybody turned around to see Josh with Toru. Luke, so, how did it go? Josh, why won't you see for yourself? When Josh said that, Toru turned into a peeling girl with blue eyes and long dark brown hair. When Josh said that, Toru turned into a peeling girl with blue eyes and long dark brown hair. Izuku, I take that as success. Katsumi, success is weak word. This is amazing. Azui, I agree. Toru, thank you guys. Toru turned to Josh. Thank you for your help, Josh. How can I repay you? Josh, you don't. Izuku smirked. I think little kiss will do the trick for him. Josh, what the hell? Before Josh could finish his sentence, Toru kissed Josh on lips, which made Josh freeze on spot with widened eyes. Katsumi whispered to Izuku, this was your plan from the start, wasn't it? Izuku chuckled and whispered, you found me. Izuku out loud, okay people, I think that is not training for now. I will try to wake up Josh, others can go ahead to dorms. With that everybody left Josh and Izuku alone. Izuku lightly punched Josh into his shoulder, waking him from shock. Izuku smirked, so, how was your first kiss, bro? Josh blushed. I'll shut up, will ya? Izuku laughed it. You know, I think you two would look good together. Think about it, alright. Josh smiled. Will do, bro, will do. Josh and Izuku then started walking back to their dorm. Grim, you're finally back. Took you long enough. Ace, yeah, but at least Josh is awake, so it's all good. Josh, guys laughed it together. Izuku, anyways, what were you doing here without us? Luke, nothing much, we were planning to watch a movie. Izuku, really, which one? Luke, we were thinking about Halloween. Josh, nice one, let's go watch then. Sentinels then walked into common room and everybody looked at them. Izuku, what are you looking at? Ida, nothing, good to see you are back. Kirishima, yeah, we were getting worried. Izuku, sorry about that, Luke told us you were going to watch Halloween. Uraraka, we sure do, come and join us. Josh. Izuku, sure. Izuku noticed that Katsumi was sitting next to Toru and got an idea. He went and sit on the floor next to Katsumi's sofa and winked at her. Katsumi understood what he meant by that and stood up from sofa to sit on floor with Izuku. Josh, now where to sit? Luke smirked. 𝗕𝗂𝗁𝗧𝗏 has empty spot next to her, bro. Josh hesitated for a moment but eventually sat next to her anyways, but when they looked at each other both of them just blushed and looked away. 𝗔𝗂𝗁𝗧𝗏, okay guys, let's start with this. 𝗔𝗂𝗁𝗧𝗏 then pressed button on controller to play the movie. Most were enjoying the movie, some were falling asleep. Katsumi and Izuku were just snuggling with each other and both of them were enjoying the movie. Toru grabbed Josh few times when she got scared and Josh always ended up blushing when she did it. Time skip after movie. Mina, that was fun. Zero, it sure was, we should do this more often. Shoji, agreed. Uraraka yawned. I feel kinda sleepy guys, I should probably hit the bed now. Izumi, me too, night guys. Everyone, good night. Izumi smiled a bit when she realized that Izuku wished her good night. This gave her new hope that Izuku might forgive her one day, even though it will take time. This gave her determination to make it up to her brother and reunite with him once again. Ace, you never fail to impress me, Izuku. Izuku looked away. I don't know what are you talking about. Cage, Suyer. Izuku, anyways, I will go to bed now. Waking up Josh from his shock was not for me today. Josh, HY, I heard that. Izuku chuckled. I know, that's why I said it out loud. Good night, guys. Rest. Good night, Katsumi. I will go now too. See you tomorrow. Katsumi ran upstairs to change, while Izuku went to his room. After few minutes, Katsumi came knocking on his door. Izuku, ow, hey cat, you wanna sleep here again? Katsumi blushed. Is that a problem? Don't you like me being here? Izuku, you know I didn't mean it like that. Katsumi giggled. I know, honey, I'm just messing with you. She then sat next to Izuku on the bed. Katsumi, anyways, I was just wondering. Why do you push Josh to go out with Toru so much? Izuku, simple. Josh is only one of us who doesn't have anyone. I just don't want my brother to be alone, and I had a hunch that Toru might be the one for him. Katsumi, I see. I personally think they would look good as couple too, but I also think you should stop pushing them into it so much. Izuku, I wasn't planning to. All I needed to do was to create spark between them, and I believe that, thank you, kiss from Toru did the job perfectly. All we need to do now is just wait and see how it unfolds in the end. Katsumi, aren't you one sneaky devil, honey? Izuku smirked. Yeah, but this sneaky devil is totally in love with this angel in front of him. Izuku then kissed Katsumi, which they both after a while turned into aggressive making out session. After 8 minutes of making out, they laid down on bed and looked at each other. Katsumi, that felt amazing. Izuku chuckled. Agreed, but we should go to sleep now, we have school tomorrow. Katsumi, sure, good night Aizu. Izuku, good night cat. They cuddled to each other and slowly both of them fallen asleep. Time skipped to next day. Izuku and Katsumi woke up, had breakfast which was made by Cage, Grim and Ace this time. After breakfast class 2A with Izuku and Josh went to their classroom, where they had normal lessons like math and English. Now after 5th PRD. Josh, these lessons are so easy. Izuku, I know right, kinda hard to believe this is elite school. Denki, well not everybody is genius like you too. Josh, not gonna lie, that is actually fair point. Mina, anyway, I am coming trough the door like any normal person. Everybody looked to see All Might in their classroom. Izuku, that is not normal at all. All Might, well kids, your next lesson will be at training grounds, so don't forget your hero suits. Ao and Izuku, Josh, you two will need your hero costumes as well. Josh, but we have our battle suits, aren't those not? All Might, I was wondering the same, but Nizu told me it must be this way. I am sorry boys. Izuku, well, that is not exactly my problem since I asked Reznov to send me something more hero-like anyways. Josh, what? Why didn't you tell me anything? Izuku, because I know you well enough to guess that you will wear your battle suit anyways, so why bother? Josh, I can't argue with you on that one. All Might, well kids, go get dressed and meet us at training ground beta. With that All Might started walking from classroom, but he looked back for a moment to look at Izuku. He felt huge regret that his son wouldn't let him talk to him, but he knew he brought this upon himself, whether he wanted it to be like this or not, but he still wanted to have his son back and he will do whatever it takes to do so. Mina, well we better get going. Josh, yeah, 𝗬𝗎𝗓. Hey guys, long time no see. Izuku and Josh turned around to see Luke's girlfriend 𝗧𝗓. Izuku, wow 𝗧𝗓, is it just me or you are getting prettier every time we see you? Katsumi, Izuku. Izuku laughed it. Geez, you don't have to shout. I have a feeling introductions are in order here. Katsumi, this is 𝗧𝗓, she is Luke's girlfriend. Girlfriend. Josh, please guys, stop shouting so much, I am getting serious headache from it. Kirishima, sorry about that man. Izuku, anyways, what are you doing here? Civilians can't be here. 𝗧𝗓, yeah, but sentinels can. Josh, wait, since when are you sentinel? We never saw you at base. 𝗧𝗓, that is because I am not working as agent, I am only helping Reznov in his lab. Izuku, okay, that does make sense, which brings me back to my previous question. What are you doing here? 𝗧𝗓 gave Izuku a suitcase. 𝗧𝗓, Reznov told me you requested something from him, so he sent me here to give this to you. Izuku smirked. Perfect, thank you 𝗧𝗓. 𝗧𝗓, no problem Izuku, just try not to destroy it too fast. Izuku's smirk widened. I'll try. 𝗧𝗓, well, I am sure you have places to go, so I'll excuse myself. Josh Izuku, sure, by 𝗧𝗏. 𝗧𝗏 then walked out from classroom. Ida, we should get going now, people. Everybody. Agreed. Time skip to training ground. Beta AllMight. Okay kids, is everybody here? Uraraka, no sir, Izuku and Josh are missing. Was somebody talking about us? Everybody turned around to see Josh in his battle suit and Izuku in black suit with bloody red lenses and spider on chest. Everybody turned around to see Josh in his battle suit and Izuku in black suit with bloody red lenses and spider on chest. Denki, that is one cool looking suit, man. Momo, I agree. AllMight, now that everybody is presented, I will explain what we will do. Today we will be doing 1 versus 1 indoors battles. Your opponents will be random. Katsumi versus Sato, Momo versus Denki, Josh versus Ida, Izuku versus Izumi. AllMight. Very well, first battle will be Katsuki versus Sato. Go prepare yourselves, others will follow me to monitoring room. Once they AllMight with students arrived into monitoring room, where Aizawa and Psychonia were already waiting for them. Time skip after Josh's battle. Aizawa, fine kids, now is time for our last battle. Izuku, Izumi, go prepare yourselves. Izuku, Izumi, yes Katsumi, be careful Aizu. Izuku gave Katsumi quick kiss on cheek, you got it cat. Izuku and Izumi then walked to the prepared building and were ready for battle. Aizawa in megaphone, go. Izuku started walking trough corridors, but after a while he sensed danger incoming, so he jumped on ceiling and used his shape-shifting ability to disappear to continue crawling trough corridors. After few moments, he saw Izumi and decided to come closer to her. Meanwhile in monitoring room. Josh, Izumi already lost this battle. Momo, what do you mean by that? Jiro, explain yourself. Josh, Izumi is extremely nervous from facing her brother because she doesn't want to hurt him and also because Izuku's power display in Factory Raid, which is making her careless. Josh ruthlessly smirked. She is totally doomed. Everybody now looked at Josh with worried face. Josh, hey, the fight is on screen people. Back to battle. Izuku was now above Izumi waiting for perfect opportunity to strike. Izumi, where could he be? I would expect him to try find me, so what gives? Maybe we missed each other somewhere. Izumi closed her eyes after this thought for a moment, but that was mistake Izuku was waiting for. In split of second Izuku jumped down from the ceiling in front of Izumi, which Izumi heard, but it was too late. Once she opened up her eyes, Izuku's right fist was already buried in her face, making her fly on the other side of hallway. Izuku, you are aware that dropping your guard down in battle can kill you, right? Words made Izumi really pissed off and she started running to Izuku, but once she was just few meters from him, Izuku spoke. Izuku, so, you are gonna make me your punching bag again. This statement made Izumi stop dead in her tracks. Izuku then smirked and punched Izumi, who dropped her guard into the stomach and gave her left hook into face, making her fly into wall. Izuku, what the hell is wrong with you, woman? You didn't have any problem to punch me 6 years ago, so what gives? Izumi, Oni-chan please, I don't want to hurt you again. Izuku, yeah right, how can you expect me to believe that? Izumi tear up a bit, I still love you brother, please, come back to me. This gave Izuku a weird feeling. He hated his sister for what she has done to him, but he was also sad because he could see that Izumi's tears were genuine. He didn't know how to feel anymore. He punched into the wall few centimeters from Izumi's head from frustration and spoke with weak voice. Izuku, why? Izumi, Izuku, why do you keep doing this to me? First you make my life a living hell and now you say you love me. Why do you enjoy playing with my feelings so much? What have I ever done that you just have to make me suffer like this? Izumi was totally speechless and started tearing up even more. Izuku, answer me. Izumi then tightly hugged Izuku and started crying on his chest. Izumi, I am so sorry. I was so stupid and selfish. I always loved you. I never wanted you to get hurt. I always looked up to you and the thought of losing you was too much for me. I'm so sorry. Izuku was now absolutely lost. He never thought his sister thought so much of him. It just wasn't making any sense in his head. Izuku then hugged Izumi and started squeezing her. Izumi from pain a bit. Brother, it hurts, please stop. Izuku, I just can't forgive you just like that. It still hurts so much. Izumi hugged her brother more tightly. I know, I am not expecting you to forgive me, but I still want us to at least be family again. I know that I don't deserve forgiveness yet. Izuku let loose of Izumi thanks to her words, and she took few steps back. Izumi, but we still have fight to do here. We can talk about this some other time, okay? Izuku smiled under his mask and nodded. Izumi then came closer to Izuku and tried to hit him, but Izuku just dodged. Izumi tried it with more force and accidentally ripped his left arm off, but she remembered his healing factor, so she just continued. Izuku's arm groaned back while he was still dodging and blocking Izumi's punch, and when he saw opening, he unleashed tentacle from his right leg, swept Izumi's legs and punched her into the ribs, making her drop on ground in pain. Izuku, you've gotten stronger, but so did I. Izumi, yeah, I can really see that. You won this round. Aizawa in megaphone. Izuku is the winner. Izuku, come here, I will heal you. Izuku then put his hand on Izumi's leg and healed her injuries. Izumi, thank you Oniai-chan, but I won't go this easy on you next time. Izuku laughed. I can't wait. Now let's head back.